Heard. How's it going, guys? I am getting ready. Movie hasn't started yet. Um, what's going on, everybody? I hope you guys are ready for some fun. Now that we're gonna do the amazing Spider. Yo, gamer man, what's up, man? What's up, Jenna? How you doing? Uh, I'm wait. Okay, here we go. Hey, Profess the Film Fan. What's up? What's up? Salam, double A. In case people need the reminder, that's what I'm about to watch. The Amazing Spider-Man #1 on Blu-ray. The cover, I don't know. Have I been getting your TV tournament polls? I haven't seen it. No. Can I wait 30 minutes? That's a long time, man. I don't know. I'll wait a few minutes. The most anticlimactic Spider-Man film. Yeah. You're working on that banner. Okay. All right. Thank you, double A. Let me turn this down a little bit. Love the suit, though. Oh, the suit for this? Yeah. When I first saw the movie, I liked the suit because it was different. Now, though, when I look back on it, I don't know. I don't know if I care for it. Thoughts on the Ghostbusters film? I enjoyed it a lot. You're talking about Ghostbusters Afterlife. I really enjoyed it. I have a review on the channel if you want like actual details and stuff. But yeah, I especially love the ending. Just rewatched it. Not bad actually, but not as good. Yeah. So that's the test. I don't hate this movie. I definitely don't hate this movie. This Spidey movie is kind of meh, but I think it's a little underrated. Okay. That's fair. I don't hate this movie at all. I think there are some really cool stuff about it. Did I see the new episode of Hawkeye? Yes. Oh, yes, I did. I really enjoyed the newest episode of Hawkeye a lot. Lizard was not a great villain. I think Lizard in general is a good villain, but, I don't love his portrayal in this movie. It's underwhelming. Okay. Do you mind wait? I don't know if I can do 30. 30 is a long time, man. I don't know. I don't know. Right now, I have the trailers to the Blu-ray. I mean, maybe if the people in the chat right now, if you guys want to talk about some other stuff before I start the movie, let me know. If you guys want to talk about Hawkeye, if you want to talk about still better than Homecoming, what this? This is better than Homecoming? I don't know. I mean, look, to each their own. Everybody has their, Tiffany didn't have to murder Chucky like that. I still am very confused on how easily the Chucky dolls can be killed nowadays. The Amazing Spider-Man movies had bad villains. Can you wait 30 years for my future daughter? What? What? And poor Nika, I know. Yeah, I still feel bad for Nika. I love Homecoming and Far From Home so much more than The Amazing Spider-Man. I don't think there's any competition between the Amazing Spider-Man movies and the current ones. Yeah, no, this I understand that people say that they enjoy the movie. That's cool. what score would I rate the new episode of Hawkeye? Man, I really loved the new episode of Hawkeye. Uh, Nika going in the doll next season. Huh. I didn't think about that, but I guess there's nothing else you can do with Nika other than just killing her. So yeah, I guess her going into a doll, that's a pretty good prediction. That's fair. I like the Amazing Spider-Man better than. Whoa, Profess the film fan. You like this movie better than the Sam Raimi film. Wow. Okay. Okay. I'm not judging. We're all going to respect everybody's opinion. I will not shit on anyone's opinion tonight. They're showing a trailer for the Total Recall remake. Do you guys remember that shit? With Colin Farrell and Kate Beckinsale? Wow. I really like the original Total Recall. I mean, obviously, anything Schwarzenegger is going to have a little extra points just because it's Schwarzenegger. Only because of Gwen Stacy being written better than Mary Jane. Okay, right. Tyler. Hey, what's up, Jenna? Tyler wants to know my score on the Hawkeye episode. Ah, honestly, 10 out of 10. Like, I don't have any complaints about the Hawkeye episode 3. My only complaint is that it ended. You know, like, as soon as the credits happened, I said, fuck, I wanted more. But I loved it. I loved the Kingpin reference, which I'm like 99% sure that was Kingpin. And can I rank the Walking Dead seasons? Oh, that's a good I mean, there's 11 seasons at this point, so I don't know if I can do it on the spot, but I my favorite season of Walking Dead's probably maybe season 3. What's your Cash App? I do not have a Cash App. Never did. I don't know. I will say the action in this Total Recall trailer looks decent. My favorite seasons are 3, 4, and 5. Yeah, those are probably around the best. Season 4 was pretty good too, and season 5 had some fucked up stuff in it. RoboCop remake. Ooh, yeah, I saw that in the theaters. Yeah, Mike, start the movie. What are you waiting for? Well, right now I am. I'm letting the trailers play because I'm letting as many people come into the chat as possible. There is somebody that wanted me to wait 30 minutes. I don't know if I'll be able to wait that long, but I am letting the trailers play in order to give some time. My favorite seasons are 3. Yes, Jenna, your favorite seasons are 3, 4, and 5 of The Walking Dead. Those are some good ones. Sam Jackson, Gary Oldman, and Michael Keaton couldn't save it. The RoboCop remake, yeah, that was tough. Negan is so cold. He was. He's a lot warmer nowadays, you know. But yeah, the first time we met Negan, that was a rough scene for sure. That's Spider-Man 4 because they're all connected. RoboCop is a great movie. Well, yeah, the original is great. 15 minutes. Whoa! Hey, Gabriel. $5 super chat. Thank you so much. Uh, Dude, you're awesome. Am I on Letterbox? No, no, I'm not on Letterbox. Is that where people can rate movies and rate franchises and shit? If that's what it is, then I'm curious about Letterbox. I might check that out if people are curious about like me keeping track of some of my favorite stuff. Back to the Future is a good movie. Hell yeah, Back to the Future. Back to the Future is a great movie. After all these years, it still holds up. Okay, Ahmed, I might check out Letterboxd. I've always been curious about it. I've seen people post their Letterboxd rankings online. The third one sucks. Which one? Don't say the third Back to the Future. When I was younger, I used to think the third Back to the Future wasn't good because it was a Western and I was very close-minded to Westerns. But when I rewatch the third one now, I think the third Back to the Future might be as good, if not better, than Back to the Future 2. Have I seen The Karate Kid? Yes, I have. Have I seen Internal Affairs with Richard Gere and Andy Garcia? No, I haven't. I have not. All right. There's still some trailer stuff playing. Right now, I'm seeing Andrew Garfield talking to a woman about some charity stuff. I don't really know. Um, did you have a hard time getting your No Way Home tickets? Okay, let's talk about that. Have I seen Joyride? Yes, I have. The first one with Paul Walker is a great movie. Very suspenseful. You're convinced I have a fridge full of the. I do buy them in bulk. When I do go to buy the blue drinks, I don't just get one case. I get a few of them. I prepare. Um, so somebody asked me, um, shit. I got distracted by the blue drinks. Third Back to the Future one is made for TV movie. Oh, I don't agree with that, Gabriel. Even though you super chatted me, so I appreciate you so much. But I do not agree about Back to the Future 3. All right, so I really enjoy Back to the Future 2. Oh yes, thank you, Profess the Film Fan. I'm I'm easily distracted. So the Spider-Man tickets. So what I did was Sunday night, I stayed up a little bit, and then when it got to midnight, I said, "All right, let me check my AMC app and get the ticket." So it was maybe 12:05 when I clicked on it, and it said you're in line for about an hour. And I said, "What the fuck? An hour? Um, like I don't know. What am I gonna do?" So I left the app open and I sort of did whatever. I don't even remember. And then I fell asleep, of course, because it's after midnight, and I had whatever. So I woke up the following morning, and I said, "Oh shit!" I went back on the app, and obviously my spot was missing. But when I rechecked it, it still had a couple of seats available for the Thursday showing. The Thursday showing at like 3 p.m. I was able to snag one seat. And so I do have a Thursday ticket for Spider-Man No Way Home at 3 p.m. I am beyond ecstatic. I am excited. I will definitely have a review for you guys Thursday night as soon as I get back. And then I'm thinking about maybe if you guys like the idea, maybe on Friday I'll do a spoiler live stream where we can talk about the movie live and you guys can like feed me questions so like we can talk about I don't know, or maybe I'll just do a spoiler video. Maybe I'll do a poll and ask what people would rather see, a spoiler just video or a spoiler live stream for Spider-Man No Way Home. We'll figure that out. Andrew is the Chad Peter Parker. What does that mean? Gabe, he's the greatest hero of all time. Who? Criminal Minds. Jenna, you're 12 years old and you watch Criminal Minds. That's insane to me. But hey, that's awesome. I've heard good things about Criminal Minds. I think I'm more of a Law and Order SVU type of person. I have TV that remote. Criminal Minds is so great. Okay, well there you go. What do you mean the PS5? This remote? Chad means a guy women love. Oh, okay. Well, yeah, sure. All girls love Andrew Garfield, but girls like Tom Holland too. Let's not sleep on that. Where would you rank the MCU TV show of Hawkeye? Shit. The chat's going by fast. Oh, to my left? Oh. You can see that? Oh. This? You have this remote too? Alright, cool. Alright, let's, okay, so the main menu is up. I'm putting the subtitles on, because I'm not going to have the volume that high. He'll steal MJ from Tom. Who, Andrew Garfield? You're probably right. You watch it with your mom, first of all. No, Jenna, that's cool. That's cool. That's awesome that you watch it. It's just... You sound more mature than you really are. Double A, I'm sorry, I can't wait that long, Double A. It's already been 16 minutes. I can't wait another 30. Alright, so okay. Oh, how about this? Before I hit play, have I seen Freddy Krueger versus Jason? Freddy versus Jason? Yeah, of course. Of course. I saw that way back when it came out. I loved it back then, and I still enjoy it. You know? Maybe not the scariest movie ever, but it's fun. Have I seen The Flash lately? You know what's funny, Gamer Man, is I actually I binged watched part 2 and part 3 a little while ago, earlier today. So for people who are following The Flash, the Armageddon 5-part, is it 4 parts or 5 parts? I don't know exactly how many parts, I forget. But I am pissed that they killed Joe West. But they killed him in like we didn't even see it, really. Like, it just happened 6 months ago. It's 5 parts. Alright, thank you, Gamer Man. The first Halloween should be PG-13. No. Well, first of all, there was no such thing as PG-13 back in 1978. So there was only PG. Well, there was only G, PG, and rated R. Spider-Man 2 is still my favorite Spider-Man film. I agree with you, Profess the Film Fan. I mean, I'll rewatch the Tom Holland movies as well, but Spider-Man 2, I think, still holds up. I think Marvel and Sony aren't handling the marketing well. No, I think they're doing great. I don't buy that Joe is dead. I hope you're right, dude, because that moment when they were like, Barry, Joe's dead. He died 6 months ago. I literally said out loud, I wish I could have recorded it so you guys could have seen me. I literally said out loud, fuck you. And I don't know if I was talking to the characters or to the show writers. I don't know who I was talking to, but anyways. They're going too far with fear of spoilers. I don't think they've spoiled too much so far. But alright, guys, I'm going to press play. If you guys, I think we've waited a decent amount of time. So if you guys are watching the film with me, or if you want, I guess if anybody's watching this later on, we can sync this up. Alright, I'm going to press play in 3, 2, 1. Alright. PG-13. Parents strongly caution. I'm trying to let people know where I am. Piracy is not a victimless crime. Mike, do you still want that? I want to see what it looks like first. Because I do have a thumbnail on reserve. Let's go! I do have a thumbnail of my own in case, in case I don't get yours or I don't see yours first. I wanted to see what yours look like first. Um, but yeah. All right. So the following interviews and commentaries are for entertainment purposes only. Blah 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 blah. Usual usual. All right. Here we go. We got the Columbia logo. I'm 10 seconds in. Once again, just for people to. Jim Carrey's hilarious. I love Jim Carrey. Especially 90s Jim Carrey. 90s Jim Carrey was my dude. I grew up on him, man. Dumb and Dumber is my favorite comedy of all time. All right, the Marvel logo. It's very weird because at this point, 2012, we had already gotten the MCU, Iron Man. The first Avengers movie came out the same year as this. So it's very weird that Sony was rebooting the Spider-Man franchise. And there's the title screen in Webbing, The Amazing Spider-Man. It's hard because they're having to follow the amazing title credits of the Sam Raimi movies. So you do come up as Phase 1. Yes, Phase 1 was the end of this. Iron Man is my favorite. The movie or the character? All right, we're seeing little kid Peter Parker. I guess he's playing hide and seek with his dad. Jimmy Foxx's Electro is like a mix between Jim Carrey's Riddler and Joaquin. That's true. Yeah. What would I rank Hawkeye? It's hard. I want to wait until all 6 episodes are out first before I can rank it. We're only halfway through, but I am enjoying it so far. All right, young Peter put on his father's glasses on for a second, I guess, and took them off. Both, okay. His father's office. Most sympathetic villain out of them all. Who's the most sympathetic villain? Who? Alright, so the father's office is completely trashed. I will say this. Electro. Electro is the most sympathetic villain. I disagree with that completely. Completely. I feel like Dr. Octopus is the most sympathetic Spider-Man villain of the movies. Is the blue drink cannabis? No. It's Smirnoff. I will say this. When I first saw this movie, I did find it is it possible that Hawkeye will get a season 2? It depends on how it ends. If the show ends with Hawkeye dying, then probably not, you know? I think Kate Bishop, they're setting her up for future Young Avengers like stuff. So I'm not so sure. I'm not confident to say that until I see how it ends. The only good part of this movie is Emma Hottie Stone. Okay. No, I remember that Electro was treated bad by people, but it came off more as pathetic. Like, I didn't feel bad for him. I just was like, I don't know. Maybe because it was so goofy, it was so over the top. He looked so ridiculous that I couldn't buy it at any real level, you know? All right, so now we're caught up to Andrew Garfield as, I was going to say as an adult, because he really was like 20 something when he was doing this movie. And you have Flash Thompson bullying him, of course, of course. Oh, this scene of the girl talking to Peter. I really like your photos. Are you busy Friday night? Now, here's the part that I don't buy. I know they're trying to establish that that he's awkward talking to girls, and that a girl wouldn't go up to him and ask him out on a date because he's Peter Parker, the nerd. But this Peter Parker, Andrew Garfield Peter Parker, I could buy getting asked out by a girl, right? Like, I buy this dude um, being asked out by whoever that girl was. If anything, I could see him turning her down because that's just Andrew Garfield has a very cool vibe about him. Doc Ock gave some creepy vibes before the accident. You think so? Creepy? Um, I don't know. I will say the first time I saw this, I did. Oh, there's Emma Stone sitting on a bench or a table, and she's reading. Of course, you have the moment. I don't know if it's recess or what. Wait, you didn't have recess in high school, right? Wait, so why is everybody outside? Is this before school, after school? So Flash Thompson has this kid upside down, squishing his face into food, and only Peter Parker is the only person that's telling Flash to stop. No adult or teacher to be seen, by the way. Like, what are we doing? I was upset it wasn't Toby in 2012. Yeah, it's lunchtime. Okay, I guess that makes sense. I guess kids kids are able to just go outside during lunch. Okay, yeah, because Gwen Stacy's telling Flash, "Are we still on for after school study session?" So it's not after school. It probably is lunchtime. But okay, before we get too far past it, the mystery behind Peter Parker's parents, I did find intriguing because I said to myself, well, at least this is something different. At least before I realized that they were just going to redo the Uncle Ben thing again. We don't need a reboot. I agree with that. And I think that's my biggest problem with this movie is that it's like we're doing this again. You know, if you started the movie with the whole his parents thing and then when you jump ahead, it's already past um, the Uncle Ben death. Like, we don't have to revisit the Uncle Ben death. We don't have to revisit him getting bit by the spider. Um, I think we should have skipped that. You could argue Batman Forever is a Batman reboot only 3 years later. Yeah, you could argue that, but I do think they tried to play it both ways. They try to say, hey, it could also be connected because it's the same Alfred, because it's the same Gordon. They try to say it's the same universe, but you could tell visually it's not. I did like how Gwen Stacy was trying to ask Peter if he remembered his name because he got punched by Flash. And at first he thought she didn't know his name, but she said, "No, I know your name. I want to make sure you know your name." I, Batman Forever was entertaining. I agree with that. I enjoy Batman Forever. I know it gets crapped on, but I enjoy. One day we're gonna do a watch along for Batman Forever, and I'm gonna be praising that movie more than not. My Spider-Man is Toby in the '90s cartoon. I'm with you there. I grew up on the '90s cartoon, and I was still pretty young when the Toby movies came out. So I've rewatched the Toby movies so many times, so many times. I got so much nostalgic feelings, doing the rewatch with you guys on it. The '90s cartoon is very fun. I feel like a lot of my Spider-Man and X-Men knowledge, hell, my Batman knowledge, probably came from those '90s animated shows. You know, I grew up on all that stuff, so a lot of villain origins, character relationships, character names, being able to remember everything, for me, probably came from those shows. And then later on, I would read the comic books or find comic books. So Peter Parker just found his father's briefcase in the basement. Oops, he wasn't supposed to see that. Um, Batman Forever make Batman and Robin makes Forever deserve an Oscar. I agree with that. Batman and Robin, for anybody that craps on Batman Forever, you watch Batman and Robin and you say no. That's how bad a Batman movie can be. Batman Forever, sure, it was getting there, but I still think Batman Forever has some cool moments. Halle Berry might be returning as Storm. I I don't want to see that. I don't want to see Halle Berry come back as Storm. No, thank you. I mean, I like Halle Berry in general. I like Halle Berry in general, but I want to see somebody else play Storm. Yeah, right. My biggest issue with Batman Forever is Tommy Lee Jones being goofy as fuck. Why? She's hot. Well, sure. Halle Berry is very hot. I just don't think she's a good Storm, though. I don't think she acts well. Hey, Shadow Bear! What's going on? We are Shadow Bear, if you're following along for the Amazing Spider-Man movie. Andrew Garfield just found his father's briefcase. He sees his glasses. He's taking his contacts out. See, this Peter's so cool. He's wearing contacts. I would rather see her as Catwoman again. Man, see, that's the problem. I don't want to see her as no Catwoman, no Storm. No, thank you. I'll see her do other movies, you know, gladly, but I'm all right with what she's done in the superhero movie so far. Halle Berry needs to just chill. Hot body. Have you seen Falling Down, The Lost Boys, or Flatliners? I've seen The Lost Boys. I've seen Flatliners. Horace, how old are you, Mike? I am 33. I have seen The Lost Boys. I have seen Flatliners. I have not seen Falling Down. Oh, Peter just found a secret slot in the. You feel my pain. Yeah, we're getting old, man. But luckily, these superhero movies keep me feeling young. You know? I didn't even know that you could have a briefcase with like a secret slot like that. Michael Douglas's best movie? Yeah? Okay. You're 25. You're 14. Wow. I'm older than all you guys. Oh. Uncle Ben just came into the room. You're 21, 24. How do you think this multiverse for Marvel will work? Will it every... I don't think it will do that. I think they will... I think they will pick and choose what they want to bring over. I don't... I mean, there might be some X-Men actors that they bring over. Um, you know, they can if they want to, I guess. But I still think they're going to recast Wolverine. I think they're going to recast most, if not all, of the X-Men actors, to be honest. They might bring over James McAvoy. Yeah, that's true. They do have younger actors who played X-Men. You know, I wouldn't hate it if they kept James McAvoy or if they kept Michael Fassbender. I would keep them, those two at least. So Uncle Ben just saw that Peter has Gwen Stacy on his computer. Uh, Timothy Chalamet as Harry Osborn. How does your T-shirt relate to this movie? It's just a random Spider-Man shirt that I have. That, you know, I didn't want to re-wear the three shirts that I wore for the first three movies, and so the anti-Venom shirt. Because why not? Yeah, It's an anti-Venom shirt, exactly. Ian McKellen, Patrick Stewart, they're very old now. Yes, Double A. I have the black and white NWO shirt, and I have the Wolfpack one. All right, Peter just made it to Oscorp, and you can tell that Sony was now that the MCU was in the midst of doing their own thing with the Avengers and the connective continuity. Um, we need a John Cena NWO heel turn. It's too late for John Cena. John Cena's not even a full time wrestler. What would be the point now, right? So Andrew Garfield just took somebody else's. Even the way he dresses is cool. Yeah, that's true. Well, I did hear that Kevin Feige tried talking to Patrick Stewart about coming back, and Patrick Stewart said no because of Logan and how that ended. Jeff Hardy's Willow, I'm okay with that. I'm not the biggest Willow person. I find Willow more annoying than anything. He skates for crying out loud. Yeah, that's true. Andrew Garfield's Peter is a skater. I feel bad for Rodrigo. Peter Parker took Rodrigo's name tag, and the real Rodrigo just got thrown out. It's terrible. It's a kid who's just trying to get through his internship or whatever. Ian McKellen is great playing villains. That's true. All right, here's Dr. Connors. This actor is fine, but I really am upset that Dylan Baker, who played Dr. Connors in Spider-Man 2 and 3, never got to play the Lizard. It so much upsets me that we never got to see his Lizard and what that would look like. We need to do Rogue right, man. Yeah, I do want to see Rogue like she was in the cartoons, but I liked Anna Paquin as Rogue. It's just it was a very different Rogue, and so I understand people didn't love her as Rogue, but I like maybe it's because I like her as an actress, Anna Paquin, so I don't hate her Rogue. But the new X Men, the MCU X Men, should be um, more comic accurate, even more cartoon accurate. Whatever happened to that Nightcrawler movie? Were they gonna make a Nightcrawler movie? I don't even know. I don't think I was aware of a Nightcrawler movie. I just know that they brought Nightcrawler back in X Men Apocalypse, and he was in Dark Phoenix. Am I taking shots? Should I take shots? What do you guys think? Should we take shots? Uh, I mean, right now we just have Peter Parker is he just said something really smart, and Dr. Connors were was yes shots. Origins Wolverine, the Wolverine and Dark. Yeah, I like the Wolverine. You're gonna turn me into an alcoholic. Thank you, Brandon J. That's hilarious. The auto hospital attack is an A plus work for directing Remy Hart. Absolutely, Gabriel. Yes, thank you. I think that's, I think that's the level that this movie's missing. Um, Having your villain in a horror like stance. That scene. I mean, and that's just one of the great scenes from Spider-Man 2. You know, there's so many of them. But yes, the Wolverine didn't add anything to the franchise. That's fair, but I will say that I enjoyed seeing Logan in Japan simply because of the comic. That it was just nice that they used that plot in that environment. Um, I I loved the idea of them using Silver Samurai, but I hated how they just turned it into a dude and a robot. Stupid. Absolutely stupid. But I liked the one scene where he gets to fight him for like a second, and then it's like a dream scene or some shit. But man, if it's just the ending that's disappointing. The ending of the Wolverine is the most disappointing thing about it. I did like seeing Wolverine struggling with the guilt of Jean Grey's death, constantly dreaming about her, nightmares about her. I love that stuff too. Also, the Viper character and the Wolverine was bad. Will we ever get Marvel versus DC? Probably not in a movie, but I would love a video game. I would love a Mortal Kombat style of Marvel versus DC. I can't believe they haven't tried to do it because you know it would sell. You know, whenever Viper was hot, I mean, I guess. I don't even really remember what she looked like. I just remember her character being completely pointless. Okay, so here we have the moment where Andrew Garfield is sneaking into this random blue room. What is your favorite movie performance by Lakeith Stanfield? Huh. Oh, Felicia Hardy is in The Amazing Spider-Man 2. That's true. That's true. I would like. I know they were talking about maybe doing a Black Hat movie, but then I don't know if that's happening anymore. If it does happen, though, I would love if they brought back Felicity Jones to play that role. All right, so now there's like 1,000 spiders crawling all over Peter, and he's freaking out. See, I hate this version of him getting bit compared to the original movie. I thought the original movie was just more natural, uh, more fun. Where this is just whatever. It's weird. It's like I have no emotion behind it. I think it's like we're wasting so much time. We're wasting so much time. You know, having to have him rebit again, having to have him see Uncle Ben die again. It's like we could have been doing so much other cool new stuff. Yes, I have seen Hawkeye, and I loved episode 3. Loved it. I mean, come on, the Kingpin reference alone was great, but the car chase was great. The Pym arrow was great. Um, Lakeith Stanfield. I'm trying to think of what my favorite performance by him. For some reason, I just keep thinking of the Get Out character, right, where where he freaks out in the middle of the party because of the picture. I mean, I'm sure there's plenty of other ones by him. The plunger arrow is, yep. There was a lot of great moments in Hawkeye. One of these days, I think I'm gonna do a live stream and I'll just like binge watch one like season of Hawkeye, so like we can just talk about it. Um, Maybe I'll do a full review at the end of when the last episode airs. All right, so now Peter is on the train, and for some reason this guy is fucking with him. He just put a bottle on his head. You know what? We're gonna take a shot because of how much I don't like how he got bit by the spider. And we're also taking a shot because of how much I hate this scene. This scene of him on the train, and he's like freaking out, and he's like, "Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to do that." And then he's about to rip this lady's shirt off, which I know they're trying to establish that his hands are sticky. I know they're trying to establish his quick reflexes. Like, I get what the scene is there for. We're seeing his spidey senses of the quick flashes. Like, I get it. I just don't like it. I feel like the Toby movie handled it better. This comes off so silly and goofy. I don't know. And did that guy just break his skateboard? And like he's accidentally beating all these people up, but he doesn't mean to. I'm sorry, I'm sorry. and he just knocked out six guys. Like this might be my least favorite scene of the movie. So yeah, we're taking a shot because of that. So maybe I'll take a shot for every scene that I don't like. Maybe we can do that. If I do that though for the Amazing Spider-Man 2, I'm gonna be sloshed. All right, here we go. They copied the sticky scene from superhero movie. Oh yeah, right. That's true. That's true. Man, can you imagine a Spider-Man movie copying the parody superhero movie? Shit. Let me say this though, because I'm not saying this enough. Andrew Garfield's performance is very good. He's very good. His acting is good. I might not love the writing. I might not love how they wrote his Peter Parker. Um, I guess some people can argue that acting wise, he wasn't a good nerd, but at the same time, he was also directed to act that way too, right? So I don't know. Um, I do think he's a great actor. And he must be a really good actor for me to love the Toby movies as much as I do and not hate this movie more. Right? I should hate this movie more given how fast they rebooted it. Because I know when I heard about the reboot, like when the news came out that they were rebooting it, I was pissed. I was pissed because we were supposed to get Spider-Man 4. I think they were going to do 4 and 5. I prefer Drake Bell as Spider-Man. Well, not after the recent shit that Drake Bell got into, right? Um, didn't Drake Bell get into some creepy underage shit? I don't know. I'm not gonna praise Drake Bell um, after that. If you have a bunch of scenes you don't like in this movie, you're gonna be drunk by the end of it. Yeah, that's fair. You're not wrong. He did, right, Shadow Bear? Yeah, Drake Bell did some creepy stuff. If you guys don't know about what Drake Bell was caught doing recently, you might want to Google that. Okay, this scene was funny. He wakes up from his alarm. He smashes the alarm because he doesn't know his strength. I do like this moment of him. Like this moment, we should have taken out. He was the voice of Spider-Man and Ultimate Spider-Man. Oh man, that's unfortunate. Um, this scene is better than the train scene. If they had just had this scene and taken out the train scene, I'd be more okay, right? Like him trying to turn the knob with just his two fingers because and him sitting on the bed with his toothbrush because he's like freaking out and he doesn't want to touch anything. He doesn't want to break anything. Like that's funny. So I will give Andrew Garfield that. And he sees a spider crawling. He's getting spider senses. I do think that I don't think that Andrew Garfield should have continued the Toby continuity, but I do think this movie would be better if they skipped the origin. He was already Spider-Man at the beginning of this film, and then they just did their own thing from this point on, right? Where like you could still have Lizard as the villain, you could still have him and Gwen be a couple and not Mary Jane. You could still do that stuff, but just there's a good hour of this movie of retread. Here's the part where he's typing and he breaks all of the keys stick to his fingers. So hey, well he can read. I do like how intelligent they play his Peter Parker. Like he's going through the equations, the algorithm that supposedly his father and Connors worked on, and he's able to solve it like that. I do like how intelligent he is. Because you could argue that the Toby movies, they hinted at how smart Toby was, but they didn't really throw it out there. also the fact that Andrew Garfield makes the web shooters, um, I guess, makes it different. And he immediately tells him that he's Richard Parker's son. Well, there you go. MB shots of hey. They're skipping around the comics so bad. I mean, that's what the movies do, though. You know, the MCU does the same thing. They skip around stuff, they cherry pick the good stuff, and they recreate or redo certain storylines. I can't attack this movie for having different comic book continuity stuff because all the movies do that. You know, the difference is that the MCU does a great job doing it, and so that's why we give them a pass. You know, I think if this movie was better, I think if we liked the Amazing Spider-Man movies better, we would be more okay with it. The Toby movies do their own thing. You know, they switch the Toby movies. Do you like the older Spider-Man movies or do you like the Miles Morales? Um, I mean, we haven't gotten a lot of Miles Morales, right? We just have the one Spider Verse film, and that's animated. We haven't had live action Miles yet. We've gotten the video games of Miles, so it's hard to say which one I like better. Because it's refreshing to see a kid that looks like Miles Morales be a main superhero. That's very appealing to me for obvious reasons, you know. Um, but what I like the most about Miles Morales is that it wasn't like, hey, let's reboot and make Peter Parker black or Spanish. No, they created a new kid. They created a brand new character who was that and just made him his own hero. I think that's the best approach. I don't like how they want to be like, yeah, we're gonna make Superman black now, or we're gonna make Batman black now. It's like, or Bruce Wayne, or like, I don't want that. I would rather a Miles be created. Um, did I like the Barry and Jefferson scenes? Yeah, sure. Sure. I mean, I don't know. I'm not really into this whole plot about like, oh, Barry's going evil. I don't buy it, but I did like seeing Jefferson. I did like seeing Cress Williams, the actor, back as Black Lightning in those scenes. I did like the idea that they have a injustice protocol. You know, that was a cool nod and reference for sure. Okay, so Peter just solved the algorithm, the equation, very quick. And now Dr. Connors is he's going to take that algorithm. He's looking at himself in the mirror, the one arm. Okay, this is the second. This is the second worst scene of the movie. Leon of Spill said Garfield acts like he has Asper. Leon from Spill. You mean Martin Thomas from Double Toasted? So yeah, my second worst scene. Okay, we're gonna take a shot because this is another scene I don't like. It's when Peter shows off and tries to embarrass Flash Thompson in the basketball court. Now, the only reason why I don't like this scene, like so far, this is fine. He has the ball. He's telling Flash to take it, and he's using his quick reflexes to like make him look dumb, right? He just spun around and he threw it at him. I like this so far. So far, so good, right? I'm going to take a shot at the moment I don't like. He threw the ball at him and Flash ducked. So far, this is great. He's like, just take it. Just take it, man. He goes, how about this? He's closing his eye. He's covering his eyes. He's not looking. This is great. Uh, he goes, just take it, man. And Flash can't take it. So far, we're good. I'm telling you. It's just they overdo it. And so Peter jumps how far into the air, dunks the ball, and breaks the glass on the hoop. That was ridiculous. It's so over the top. It's so goofy, unneeded, unnecessary. And I just don't get it. Like, I know that he's new to the powers, but I just feel like it ruins the idea that nobody can figure out that he's Spider-Man. When you have something like that happens, who should play Miles Morales if he's added to the MCU? That's a good question. I have no idea. I have no idea, especially a character that young, an actor that young. I don't know enough actors that young who should do it. Oh, this moment's great. When Uncle Ben's like, he's got you on his computer. I'm his probation officer. That's great. Martin Sheen, one of the best scenes in the movie was that. I'll almost forgive Uncle Ben being in this movie just because of that scene. Okay, so here we have the moment where Peter and Gwen are talking in the hallway, and their chemistry in this one scene is wow. You watch this scene and you go, yeah, no wonder why these two start dating after this film. Like, they're so into each other. But I think the problem that some people have, though, as great as the acting is and as great as the chemistry is, because it's that awkward high school flirting where you don't really know what to say to a girl, but you're definitely still trying to be cool and you're trying to hold her interest, and you could tell by her body language that she's into you, but you don't want to say something stupid and mess it up. Trust me, that was like every conversation I had in high school. I overthought everything. Um, but I think the problem that people have with the scene is that you don't buy that this is a nerdy Peter Parker that can't get girls, right? This is a Peter Parker that can totally get girls, that's totally smooth, and look at how much Gwen is into him, right? That's the only issue with it. What if Jaden Smith? Fuck no. Fuck Jaden Smith. No, no, thank you. Not interested. Nope. 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 I don't want him as Miles Morales. No. No, no, no. I can tell you right now, I might not be able to name them, but there are at least 100,000 actors who would be better as Miles Morales than Jaden fucking Smith. Oh, that just got me angry. Just the idea of Jaden Smith. Ugh. All right, so here you have the moment where he's roller skating and he's using his spider abilities to help him roller skate, or not roller skate, skateboard. Sorry. I think this is another scene where people are like, I get it. You know, if I was in high school and if I got these spider powers, I would probably fuck around and do this too, like by myself in a warehouse, right? Just you see him swinging off of chains. That's sort of where he gets that idea from. Um, like I get it. I just don't buy that Peter Parker would be skateboarding. All of the Smiths are overrated. I don't agree with that. I think Will Smith is as good as he is rated. You know, in fact, I'm hearing great things about him in King Richard. I'm hearing people say that he's getting an Oscar. So, hey, long time coming for Big Willie Style. What about the dude who played Devin from Chucky series playing Miles Morales? I mean, I guess he looks the part. I don't know. I don't know though. Um, have I seen funny people? Yes, I have. King Richard was great. Okay, so you would probably be able to tell better than me if what's wrong with Jade Smith. You mean Jaden Smith? He's just an idiot. I don't like him, and I think he sucks in the movies that I've seen him in. The Karate Kid remake and that After Earth bullshit. He was terrible. Will Smith is a legend. I agree. Profess the film. Um, so Peter is working with Dr. Connors, and he just ignored a call from Uncle Ben because he forgot to pick up Aunt May. Oops. So yeah, Peter definitely fucked up there. That's gonna come back to. That's gonna get the ball rolling. Uh, Favorite random moment in Billy Madison? Um, Favorite random moment. I feel like anything that Chris Farley said in in uh in Billy Madison is great. And Tyron, Jaden Smith is a terrible actor. Watch After Earth and ask me again what's wrong with Jaden Smith and his horrible acting in that movie. I don't think he's done much acting since then. Thank fucking God. All right, here we go. Peter just got home. Didn't you forget something? Uncle Ben's about to unload on his ass. Martin Sheen's Uncle Ben is more hard on Peter than Cliff Robinson was on Toby. So they are very different Uncle Bens. I like that. I do like that he played it different. He's definitely more of a stern father figure. When the bad guy gets set on fire was hilarious to me. You talking about Billy Madison? Oh, Aunt May had to walk 12 blocks in New York late at night? Yeah, that sucks. But I do like how Aunt May's trying to kind of say it's okay, and Uncle Ben's like, no, fuck this shit. We're gonna bitch this kid out. I will say though, this is the scene where Martin Sheen is trying his ass off to not say with great power comes with great responsibility. He's trying he's saying the same message, but I'm his probation officer. Yeah. But yeah, it's just this is definitely a with great power comes great responsibility moment, but it's just not as memorable because of the dialogue isn't as good. And then you have the moment where he accidentally breaks the glass of the door. They need to get that fixed ASAP. It's New York. You don't want your. Why would you have glass doors, anyways? And this is where Uncle Ben fucked up. Uncle Ben, Aunt May told Uncle Ben, leave him alone. Leave him alone for a while. Uncle Ben should have listened. He should have just let Peter cool off. But Ben's walking around the streets looking for him. Now I get it. He is being a good uncle. He's looking for Peter. He's being responsible. Peter's too young to just be out there late at night. So, to be fair, and here you have the moment where Peter is trying to buy a chocolate milk and he doesn't have a penny. And he tries to put the penny from the thing on there, and the guy says no. Oh, it's 2 cents. And I don't like this moment. Like, it's just maybe I'm just comparing it to the original film. See, this guy is robbing the store, and then the guy throws the chocolate milk to Peter Parker, and he takes it and leaves. And that's the moment where it's supposed to be like, I missed the part where that's my problem. It's just it doesn't have the same impact. It doesn't. And the reason why this doesn't work either is because Uncle Ben should have minded his own business. Uncle Ben died because Uncle Ben was being an idiot. I'm sorry. I know that's harsh because it's Uncle Ben. The guy was running away, and let's be honest, he stole a few bucks. You know, it's not like he stole a lot of money. He didn't steal the $3,000 like the original movie. He probably stole like $100, right? And so the guy trips, his gun falls out. Uncle Ben says, "Wait!" and tries to grab the gun. Now I know. In his mind, he sees a guy with a gun. He thinks he's dangerous. Let me grab the gun away from him. But at the same time, that guy could have a permit to have a gun. He could legally be okay. I know he was running. He looked sketchy. I know that the store clerk said, "Stop that guy." I get it. But this death, it's you know what? Shot. Because I don't like this version of Uncle Ben's death as much as the original. It came off way more contrived and forced, and just, Uncle Ben did not need to grab for the gun like that. It was ridiculous. Just mind your own fucking business, dude. It's not like the robber had somebody at gunpoint and then Uncle Ben jumped in to grab the gun, right? It's not like anyone was in real danger. And this was a complete accident, too. It was like they were struggling and the gun goes off. Again, it's not like, well, I guess we eventually find out it was an accident, too, with Sandman, but you know what I mean. The original movie, it was just the robber shooting Uncle Ben to get his car. So, we're taking a shot over the death of Uncle Ben and how poorly handled that was. Which is also why I feel like we should have just taken out the Uncle Ben death completely, because it's not as good, or it's not better. So it's like, why have it? Now, I do like this scene, though, where Flash, who previously has been a dick and a bully, right, this whole time, he goes up to Peter and he says, "I'm sorry." And Peter grabs him, throws him against the locker, and Flash is saying, "I get it." Like, he actually tried to have a relating moment to him. It's the one moment where Flash was human. Yeah, right. That's true. The original movie. That's the thing, is that we never really got any cool memes out of the Amazing Spider-Man films, right? The Tobey movies have given us so many great memes over the years, and still get used. So that's another thing. Very good point. All right, and so Peter is looking for the robber. Blonde-haired guy with glasses, has a star on his wrist. So that's going to be a through line. Which, to be honest, I don't think he finds the guy. I don't think he finds the Uncle Ben killer at the end of this movie. Um, did I know that there are Spider-Man fan fictions out there? There are fan fictions about anything and everything. I'm pretty sure. Um, so it looks like Peter just got in. There's a gang chasing after him now in an alley. Yeah, see, I like how long have we been watching this movie for? And he hasn't become Spider-Man yet. Like where he doesn't have the costume yet. Like if you're going to do an origin movie, I do get they're redoing the shot of Peter going up the walls, but I also don't like how it's always nighttime. Maybe that was them trying to be different from the Raimi movies. The Raimi movies were a lot more in the daytime, so maybe they're clearly going for a darker approach here. I just think it's much cooler to see Spider-Man in in the daytime in general. They're really hitting you over the head though with like, hey, the guy has the star on his wrist. What if Rob Zombie directed Halloween? No, then they would have been terrible. then they wouldn't have been as good. Okay, here you have the homage. Hey, I've seen your face. And he just fell into a wrestling ring, and he's gonna see a mask, a wrestling mask, and that's where he gets the idea to create a mask. All right. Again, I just feel like why redo this? Why are we redoing this? Ugh. Gwen is looking over at him, and he's drawing a sketch of a potential mask. We are seeing him stitch together at least the first version of the mask. Yeah, he's wearing a mask. And he has sunglasses over the mask, which is kind of goofy looking. Why would Ben try to grab the gun? It's dumb. I agree. It's dumb. It's dumb. It's dumb. It's dumb. Um, it's hard to feel as bad. Yeah, Peter never finds the killer. So the movie ends with the killer still being out there, and then the Amazing Spider-Man 2 film never addresses it. So it's like, well, what was the point of that? Why couldn't he just catch the guy? I don't know. Why the after credit scene? Which character in The Walking Dead is reckless and rebellious? I mean, there's so many of them, but Shane is the first character that came to mind. But the after credit scene, instead of that guy in the hat who comes to, uh, he should have at least found the killer. Exactly. I think the after credit scene, instead of the guy in the hat going to Lizard's prison or jail cell, it should have been a scene of Spider-Man catching the guy. But what the hell do I know? Okay, so he has a police tracker. Hey! Thank you. We are 53 minutes in, and he's still not officially Spider-Man yet. Yeah, it looks like somebody stole my name. Nope, that guy doesn't have a star on his wrist. What's funny, though, is that he's going after these blonde guys, but it's like when they don't have a star on their wrist, he just lets them go. Right? He keeps going. Oh, actually, no, there you go. He does deliver them to our introduction to Captain Stacy. Dennis Leary as Captain Stacy. Never mind. I was going to say that he lets the guy go, but no, he delivers them to the cops every time. Okay, I guess that works. Which character in The Walking Dead is ruthless, Shane or Daryl? Shane. Daryl at least will listen to reason, or like Daryl at least would listen to Rick and calm down. Sometimes, most of the time. Yeah, I don't know who this Review King PV is, but I don't like the. Okay, he has the costume. 54 minutes in, and we're just now getting the Spider-Man costume. Now, before people say that, hey, it was just as much time before the Tobey movie did, that was the first movie. You know? This movie is only 10 years after the original one. I do like this scene of Spider-Man in costume on the phone answering Aunt May's call. I do like that moment right there. But it's just. The costume doesn't look bad, though. Um, I mean, I don't love the sunglasses as the lenses. Like, I'd much rather them be white, but I get what they were going for. Which character is more reckless, Daryl or Carol? Reckless? I mean, I guess Carol, because Carol set those two people on fire at the prison, right? That was pretty fucked up. I do like this scene of Spider-Man in the back of the car with the criminal. The guy just asked if he was a cop, and he's like, seriously, do I look like a cop? Because it's the humor. It's the humor that works. And him constantly closing the door, messing with the guy, talking trash. He definitely sounds more like Spider-Man. You know, if people think I'm just crapping on this movie. Crotch! Andrew Garfield's jokes, his apart. My weakness, it's small knives. I do like the trash talking that he does as Spider-Man. It is very amusing. Him sneezing the and then he webs. And he's laughing as he's doing it. Like, this is great. This is great. See, we need more of this. If we had more of this stuff, then I'd be happy. And he waited a little too long here to let the guy breathe from the webbing over his mouth. Kind of creepy. And the cop is threatening Spider-Man. I'm glad you're here. So cops just showed up. I guess they don't appreciate Spider-Man fighting crime for them or something. I get it. At first, I get the cops being wary of Spider-Man. He's a dude wearing a mask. You don't know if you can trust him. I think this is the first time that he web swings through New York, though, I think. And I know that they had stunt guys actually web, like physically, real stunts. So it's very, like, not a lot of CGI was used with the webbing or the swinging through. How would Shane have dealt with the prisoners? There's no J. Jonah Jameson in this film. No, there isn't. The actor who was banned from acting after Brandon Lee? Oh. Was he banned from acting? I thought he just stopped acting after that. I didn't know that he was banned from acting. What does the term key to the city mean? I think it's just it's more symbolic, right? It's the city paying respect to whoever the person is, and it's them saying that, hey, from now on, you're royalty to the city. You can probably go anywhere you want and get your dinner paid for by the restaurant, right? You can probably do this and that. I don't know. Oh, Aunt May is seeing Peter's face. It's all bruised up and fucked up. I will say this. Sally Field is really good as Aunt May. She doesn't get talked about enough because Well, for one, Marissa Tomei is smoking hot, so everybody talks about how hot Aunt May is nowadays with Marissa Tomei, and then everybody talks about Rosemary Harris because she's closer to the comic book Aunt May. So Sally Fields just sort of gets left out there in the shuffle, but I think she gives some really good performances in these movies, especially when she looks genuinely worried for Peter, concerned for him. You could tell by this point she doesn't really know what's going on. Also, because Spider-Man's not really that well known yet. Lizard or Venom? Venom all day. Definitely Venom. Hospital scene when Otto realizes what he's done. His sad howl gives me yeah. When he sees the room full of dead doctors and he goes no or whatever he says. Yeah, definitely. Did you play Grand Theft Auto series? Yeah, I played Grand Theft Auto 3. I played Vice City. I played San Andreas. I played 4. I played 5. Green Goblin or Doc Ock. That's tough. That's really tough. That's hard because I think Green Goblin is Spider-Man's Joker. I think Green Goblin is Spider-Man's biggest villain as far as comic book history, as far as him killing Gwen and how long he's been around, his connection to Peter as his best friend's father. Like, to me, Green Goblin is his biggest villain, but I think Doc Ock, if we're talking about the movies, I think Doc Ock is the most sympathetic. I think he has uh, the cooler fight scenes with Peter. Not just the train scene, which is great, obviously, but you're talking about the scene earlier, like before that, when they're fighting on the building and they're throwing the stuff at each other. Um, all right, so you have this dude who's taking the formula away from Dr. Connors, and I think he fires him, right? They named dropped Norman Osborn. They said something about Norman Osborn being sick, which will play into the second movie, I guess. Not really, kinda. You know what? I'm gonna take another shot because I didn't mention this earlier, or I haven't mentioned this yet. The first Tobey Maguire, Sam Raimi Spider-Man film came out in 2002, right? This movie came out in 2012. 10 years later. It's only been 10 years since the first movie. It's been 5 years since Spider-Man 3. And they're already rebooting it. It didn't make sense. Connors didn't have a cameo. That's true. Why did they leave Connors alive if they weren't going to... I mean, I guess they wanted to bring him back eventually for a Sinister Six movie. Why Harry didn't show up in this? Yeah, it's true. It doesn't... They should have... If you weren't going to have Norman Osborn here, then you probably should have at least had Harry Osborn. I agree with that. It's weird how they waited until the sequel to introduce Harry and then have Harry and Peter have their falling out in the same film. What if Shane meets Dwight in the walk? Man, they're so far apart from each other. I don't know. So I'm gonna take a shot just over the simple fact that Sony, after 5 years, already rebooted Spider-Man. So, yeah. I know that's not technically like the movie, but I'm taking a shot for that. Didn't Peter have a history with Harry though? Well, yeah, they say that they went to school together back in the day, like back when they were maybe 8 or 9 years old. And then Harry had to go to like boarding school or something, but they hadn't seen each other in like 10 years. So it's like, well, then you guys aren't that close, right? Like if I met a kid that I was friends with back when I was 8 or 9, we're going to be so different. Like there was this kid that I used to hang out with named Doug, and him and I used to be really close. But like when I was like what 12 maybe, if I met Doug today, we would probably be so different and have nothing in common, and it would be awkward. I mean, maybe not. Maybe we would be friends. I don't know. It's just it was a weird way to reintroduce Harry Osborn to the series like that. Definitely not as good as the James Franco Toby thing. Spider-Man 3 or Amazing Spider-Man? Man, fuck. That's tough. Because I will say this. Amazing Spider-Man 1 is a better made movie. It makes more sense. It's probably written better. But I would much rather watch Spider-Man 3. And I know that probably sounds crazy. I would rather watch Spider-Man 3 than rewatch Amazing Spider-Man. You know, what are you going to do there? So Dr. Connors gave himself a shot of the formula, and he regrew his arm. Sandman or Electro? Sandman. Especially because I just don't like the way Jamie Foxx. I don't like that version of Electro. I don't. I just it's silly, goofy. I just think it's bad. How would it shade? I don't know. I don't know. I do like this scene. I just wish I had more of a connection to this Dr. Connors. I don't really have that much. Like it's just like a whatever thing. Again, and I know I sound like a broken record, but if this was Dylan Baker, and if this was the third movie that we had seen him in, and if he was the one that became Lizard or regrew his arm, it would probably be a much bigger connection, a bigger deal. Dr. Connors just got into the cab, and his arm is turning into a lizard, I guess. It's a lizard arm. You tweaking, man? Just drive. And the driver's like, all right, it's New York. I've seen crazier. There's a lot of deleted scenes with Dr. Connors. I have seen those deleted scenes. A lot of stuff of like him with his family, right? And I think he has a child, and I think there's a scene of him going to see his kid at school. Yeah, I've seen some of that stuff. The fourth Raimi movie would have had, right? The fourth Raimi movie would have been Vulture, and I think I heard he wanted to have Black Hat there too. Lizard or Doc Ock? Doc Ock. Although, if done right, Lizard could, you know, if the right actor, the right writing, and the right look for Lizard, I'm begging for a Lizard that has his snout and has the white lab coat, but we haven't really gotten that. Spider-Man 3 officially made me angry. That's true. Uh, so we have this scene, the dinner scene, where Peter is arguing with Captain Stacy about Spider-Man. And of course, Peter's trying to defend the fact that one more Raimi directed Spider-Man movie with Tobey, please. I want that too, Double A. Yes, I am with you. If we got a real Spider-Man 4, and maybe it can be sort of our swan song, you know, it could be the final project for Toby. You bring back Kirsten Dunst and you have the two of them. You finish out that story. Maybe they get married. Maybe they have a kid. Maybe Peter is a teacher. I would like that a lot too. So, all right, yeah. So Peter just finds out that Captain Stacy, he actually wanted that criminal on the street because he was using him to get to the boss, and so there was a plan, and Spider-Man fucked that up. Of course, Gwen Stacy's having to see her boyfriend, essentially, right? I guess they're dating officially. She's seeing her boyfriend and her father argue. That's awkward. I don't think Marvel will let Sony do another Toby or Andrew solo movie. They don't want any movie to still. I don't know. I don't know because honestly, I don't know what the future of Tom Holland is after No Way Home. Uh, Imagine wanting a criminal on the streets. Well, I think the point is that that guy was such a low level criminal that he wasn't. He was somebody that they were using to get to his boss, right? I mean, you see it all the time. You know, a smaller criminal, you cut them a deal, and you say, "Hey, maybe you'll get immunity, or maybe you'll be protected if you help us catch your boss." That's probably what they were doing with that guy, but Spider-Man caught him. I do like this scene. Let's let's give some positive thoughts to this. The more that we do, no, they did not confirm that. No, that was Amy Pascal uh, being excited and saying, "Yeah, we're gonna do 3 more movies." The next day, Sony said that's not true. Sony said that we don't have any future movies planned. So she was just talking out of her ass. I do like this moment of Andrew. He wanted to say it. He was trying to tell her I'm Spider-Man, but he couldn't get the words out. And then when she got mad and walked away, he webbed her back to him, and now they're kissing. Uh, I like that, not only because it's a nice moment, but I was floored that the first movie, Peter tells his girlfriend that he's Spider-Man. We waited how long for Toby to tell Mary Jane? It took forever, right? Whereas this movie, he tells her immediately. And I like that because that was different. And see, that's the type of stuff that I do like about this movie that I do wish we got more of was the different stuff, you know, the turning certain plot points on their head. And yeah, see, Amy Pascal, she was saying that we're doing 3 more movies, but they're not. They're not doing 3 more movies. I don't know. I don't know why she said that. I don't know if she said that because she's trying to get fans excited so that the fans pressure Kevin Feige into like working with her. I don't know. It's a very weird move that she pulled because they're not working on 3 more movies with Tom Holland. In fact, Tom Holland said just like 2 weeks ago that he doesn't want to play Spider-Man past the age of 30. And he's like 25 now, so he's clearly not planning on doing 3 more movies. You know what I mean? So very weird that she said that. All right, we are at the bridge scene where the Lizard's going to have his first sort of breakout moment. Um, Amazing Spider-Man 2 is your favorite? Holy fuck! Wow. You might be the first person I've ever seen say that. But hey, good on you, my brother. Good on you. Alright, so you see Lizard. First of all, why is Lizard not wearing his white lab coat? Why? Why? Why is he never with a lab coat? Does it not piss more people off? There's no reason why he couldn't still be wearing the coat right now. He just looks like a dinosaur right now, you know? I think the whole thing that was cool about the Lizard is that you could tell he was partially human because of the clothes that he wore. What is your order of Spider-Man actors? Toby, Andrew, and Tom. Um, Mine is Toby, Tom, Andrew. Although There is something very special about Tom Holland, and I almost want to say Tom first because I think I like Tom Holland as an actor better, or I think I liked. Actually, I say this. I think I like him more as a teenage Spider-Man. Um, Tom Holland Spider-Man feels more like a high school kid than Toby, and so I think I give Tom Holland some points on that. So I can go back and forth on Tom and Toby, honestly. So all right, I do like this scene at the bridge where Andrew Garfield takes his mask off so that the kid is not scared of him. I know people complain, oh, that Andrew Garfield takes his mask off too much. I mean, technically, Toby took his mask off a lot too, right? But at least this makes sense. At least this moment makes sense of why Peter Parker would take his mask off because he doesn't want the kid to be scared of him. The kid doesn't know who the hell he is. And the car is on fire right now. This is just a good scene. This is a good scene. I will give this scene, but we're going to take a shot over the fact that the lizard never fucking wears the white lab coat. It's bullshit. It's bullshit. Um, I think that's my biggest issue with the lizard. Because, like, I hate that he doesn't have a snout either, but is it so hard to keep him to wear the lab coat? Is it that hard? Anyways, all right, so shot. Oh, he dropped the car. For 2 seconds, you think that that kid just died. You're like, oh no! And then he webs him. I do like that, though. It wasn't easy. He almost lost the kid, but he saved him. And even Andrew had a moment. He had a look on his face like he was like, that was close. Thank fucking God. I almost lost that kid. I do like his acting there. That was great. And then you have this actor. What's this actor's name, guys? The father on the bridge? He's the same actor from that movie Soul Man, right? Where he's the white guy who wears blackface so that he can get a college scholarship or some shit, right? That was back in the 80s. That's the same actor. Soul Man. If you guys never seen Soul Man, look it up. Double Toasted just did a bad movie roast on Soul Man this past week. It was great. It was hilarious. It was hilarious. Oh, so good. The best part of Holland's films are the villains. That's fair. Michael Keaton was great. And Jake Gyllenhaal was fucking great as Mysterio. So yeah, you might have a point there. What a name drop. Love me some Soul Man. Soul Man. Yeah, maybe we should do like a movie watch along of that, huh? Like some more really bad movies that like that's a movie to get drunk to and do a watch along for sure. If you guys haven't seen look up the trailer for Soul Man. Meteor Man. I think I did a review for Meteor Man a couple of years ago for Black History Month. Maybe I should do a review for Soul Man for Black History Month. Holy fuck, that would piss some people off. But it's okay. I'm half black. I should be able to get away with that, right? I don't know. The only thing better in the Holland movies is the CGI. I don't know. I don't know. I think Tom Holland in high school for 2 movies, that's a plus. Um, and I feel like Michael Keaton as the villain is strong. Mysterio as the villain is strong. I think the fact that Tom Holland's movies, the fact that they are connected to the MCU is a plus because it makes it different. And that Tom Holland doesn't redo the origin. We don't go through an hour of the origin again. Torture myself with Steel. Oh man. I rewatched Steel a couple years ago to review it. But maybe we will do a C. Thomas Howell. Thank you, Ahmed, for that name. C. Thomas Howell. Soul Man is in a Spider-Man film. Imagine that shit. Marvel has the rights to Meteor Man. Is that shit true? Holy crap. I did not know that. Wow. Can you imagine Meteor Man popping up in like a Spider-Man film or some said shit? Soul Man is hilarious. Why was Garfield discontinued as the MC Spider-Man? Well, it's because they were going to do a third one with him. They were going to do it. It was sort of greenlit, and he quit. He kind of quit. All right, there's another scene that I don't like. We should probably take a shot for that. All right, yeah. It's the scene where Peter and Gwen are at the high school football stadium, and they're about to kiss, and the football gets thrown to him, and he catches it and throws it right back, and the football dents the goal pole. It's just like it's in front of everybody. Like I don't get it. So we're taking a shot because that scene not only was unnecessary, but think about it. They deleted all of those Dr. Connor scenes to have the moment where he throws the football into the goal thing, and they kept the moment where he breaks the basketball hoop glass. They kept all of those scenes, but they got rid of all of the Dr. Connor's backstory. Whatever. Fuck. All right, we're taking a shot because of that silly moment. Woo! All right, we're getting there, guys. I'm feeling it. I can feel it in my veins. All right, so I think, yeah, so Dr. Connors is definitely being a little weird right now. He's talking about how aggressive they can be. He's seeing some scaly skin on his neck. Peter just noticed that. Well, he needs to be alone because he has a new project to work on. That's not sketchy. Is this the moment where Peter sees the rat eating the other rat? Ryan from The Office is, yes. He's playing Alexander Smythe in The Amazing Spider-Man 2. That's the second one, though. Yes, this is the moment where Peter. This is a creepy moment. The lizard rat is eating the other rat. That was bloody and gross. And like, how did they put that in a PG-13 movie? That was woof. Robert Townsend. Oh, Robert Townsend gave the rights to Marvel. Oh, I wonder how much he got paid for that. I agree. Wasted opportunity. The lizard deserved a proper depiction. I agree. It sucks. I mean, I know Lizard's coming back for No Way Home, but it's going to be this lizard. It's not going to be a new lizard. And that's the thing that sucks about it, And judging from the trailer, he's not wearing the lab coat. And they probably did that because he has to look the same way that he did before. It sucks. If I was if I was John Watts, if I was doing the new No Way Home, and if I was bringing Lizard in, I would say, I don't care. He's wearing a white lab coat. I don't give a fuck. I don't care if he didn't have it on the last time we saw him. I would make sure Lizard is wearing a goddamn lab coat. I know it sounds silly to harp on this. I know it sounds silly to complain about this, but these are big issues for me. Will he appear as Dr. Connors in No Way Home? I think he's just going to be Lizard. I don't think we see Connors. I don't think they're bringing the actor back. I think they're just going to have the Lizard CGI. He's going to look the same way, but I don't think he's going to be that actor. I could be wrong, I might be surprised, but my guess is that he's just going to be Lizard, and he's just going to be there for the fight scenes. Oh, Peter just saw a couple of lizards going into the subway or the sewers. It's funny how we've only had 2 scenes of Peter wearing the Spider-Man costume, right? Like, it's just, oh man, I feel like I would have liked this movie so much more if the movie starts with the lizard plot, right? And he's already Spider-Man. Like, maybe as Dr. Connors is developing the serum and going to become the lizard, instead of doing the origin, we could have had Andrew Garfield as Spider-Man, maybe fighting a lesser villain, maybe fighting fucking Scorpion, or fighting, what's a villain that you guys would like, but like a smaller villain, Chameleon, Hammerhead, or maybe have Rhino here, but at the beginning, and Spider-Man deals with him before Lizard becomes Lizard and takes over the plot. They need to. Well, they have Scorpion in Homecoming, or at least Matt Hagen, right? Or Matt Hagen, is that his name? They have the character who becomes Tombstone. That's a good one. But they have the character that will become Scorpion. He was in Homecoming. He's in the prison with Michael Keaton in the after credits. So he's there. They set him up. We just don't know when or if he'll become Scorpion. We don't know. Maybe if we get a Sinister Six movie after No Way Home, maybe he's number 6. Maybe Vulture's number 6. I don't think Venom will be number 6, though. I don't even know if Venom's going to be in No Way Home, if I'm being honest. I think the actor is confirmed in the cast, just not just CGI. Oh, okay. So the actor who played Dr. Connors is coming back? Hey, well, good for him. Good for him. So maybe we will see him then. Maybe, you know what? If we see the moment where they get taken, right? Maybe we'll see the actor in the prison cell, and then he'll get taken into the portal, or get to, you know what I mean? Did you like what they did with Carnage and Venom 2? No, I didn't. I didn't like a lot of things about Venom 2, if I'm being honest. Very disappointed with what they did with Carnage. Same with the guy who played Sandman. Well, I figured that Thomas Hayden Church was coming back as Sandman, because even the Sandman face looks like him in the trailer. Queen Dea is how we all shall address her. Who is this? Zendaya? What about Zendaya? I missed it. What did we say about her? Alright, here's the well, I guess technically, is this the first or the second fight between him, Lizard, and Spider-Man? They didn't really fight on the bridge because he had to go save the kid. So I guess that's technically the first fight between them. Man, I love Stacy Keibler. Wow. Okay. That's not random. So Lizard... Uh-oh. Okay. We're going to take a shot. We're going to take a shot because the Lizard just found Peter Parker's camera. And on his camera it says, property of Peter Parker. Who the fuck puts their name on their camera? That was just a cheap, lazy way for the villain to find out who he is. Fuck this. I'm taking a shot. Whew. Alright, I do like this moment of Peter going to Gwen's room. You don't want to remember this movie. Shots. Yeah, I'm getting there. I do like this moment. Her father's asking her if she wants some hot cocoa, and she's trying to get rid of him. So she's trying to say like, "I'm 17. I don't want hot cocoa." But you know she really does like hot cocoa, so she's just trying to like. So now she said, "All right, sorry, I have cramps." I feel like girls, especially teenage girls, can get out of so many things or make their parents uncomfortable by just saying I have cramps, especially their fathers. Is this Dennis Leary? Yes, this is Dennis Leary. I actually really like Dennis Leary um, as Captain Stacy. I like him a lot. Man, those scratches on Peter's chest look really bad. Fuck. It didn't even look like Lizard scratched him that hard, but clearly he fucked his shit up. Oh, here they go. They're kissing. Mwah, mwah. Easy bug boy. That's funny. Who do you think the mystery man is and has connected to no? Wait, what mystery man? What? You mean who the sixth person is? Larry played a thug in Judgment Night. I've never seen Judgment Night. Are you talking about who is the mysterious sixth villain? Well, I got news for you guys. I don't think Dr. Octopus is going to be in the Sinister Six. I think Dr. Octopus is going to have that one fight with Spider-Man on the bridge, and then he's going to see that Tom Holland is not Tobey Maguire, and then you see those scenes in the trailer of them talking, and them like trying to figure shit out, and then there's another shot in the trailer where Electro is shooting electricity at Dr. Octopus. So I don't think Dr. Octopus is I don't think he'll be a threat to Peter past the bridge fight. I think Doc Ock is gonna work with Peter and possibly fight the villains with Peter. Um. So yeah, I don't know. So I actually think there'll be 4 villains, and I think we're gonna need 2 more villains after that to be the Sinister Six, and that's probably gonna be Vulture and maybe Mysterio's not really dead. That's still a possibility. I do like this scene a lot of Peter and Gwen. Gwen just explained how much she doesn't really want to have a relationship where she's worried about him out there in danger of Spider-Man. See, this is what I wanted from Mary Jane. I wanted Mary Jane to be worried about him and his safety as Spider-Man, not being jealous of his fucking fame and notoriety. So I don't have to take a shot for that. That was actually great. That whole she cares about his well-being and she doesn't want to worry all the damn time about whether or not the love of her life essentially is going to die tonight. You know, she's watched her mother do that with her father for so long. I just feel like that writing for her character makes so much sense. You should see No Escape. I've never even heard of that one. Mystery Man is the guy in the hat. What? Oh, wait. Who do I think the Mystery Man? The guy in the hat. Who do I think he is? I think he's just a random dude. I don't think he's. I don't think his identity matters. Because after this movie came out in the theaters, I instantly tried to look up who that guy was, right? Because my first thought was, oh, he must be Norman Osborn. But when I looked up the character in the comic books, he's just a random guy who's been in like maybe 3 issues. Is it weird to ask my crush about her skin condition? What? Is that weird? I mean, I guess it depends on how you do it. You know, don't be a dick about it and don't make her feel bad about it. But what's her skin condition? What is it? All right, so the lizard just showed up at the high school, and all the kids ran away as Peter ran towards him. So Peter is always wearing his web shooters, even when he's at school, I guess, which is kind of interesting. It is kind of cool to see a villain attack Peter at the high school. Like, he targeted him for sure. It's different. What sucks though is that Dr. Connors didn't really have much of a reaction to finding out that he's Peter Parker. Like, he knew Peter Parker. He worked with Peter Parker. They put together the formula. Do you think No Way Home will retcon the Mysterious Man? I don't think No Way Home is going to talk about them. I don't think the Mysterious Man will ever be seen ever again. I don't think the MCU is going to touch that at all. All right, here we go. He has the Spider-Man costume on. I did like the moment when Lizard took a bunch of chemicals from the science classroom, and he knew what to mix together to try to turn it into an explosive. That was, showing his intelligence. Okay, I'll give you that. But yeah, I definitely think Lizard should have had more of a reaction to, like, oh, this is Peter Parker. This is a kid that I've worked with. This is a kid that I've formed a bond with. I should give more of a shit about this identity. The actor is dead. Is he? Are you sure? The best Stan Lee cameo is coming up. Well, this is a pretty good Stan Lee cameo. It's hard to argue that it's the best. That's pretty hard to argue. Because I like the cameo from Spider-Man 3 where he talks to Peter Parker and says, one person can't make a difference. Enough said. I do like that. But yes, I do agree. Tywin. Definitely top 3 cameo for sure. I love that Gwen Stacy came back to help him. I'm going to throw you out the window now. So, what? Ooh. Now, that was kind of the way how he threw her out of the window and webbed her, and the way how she jerked back, like, that could have snapped her neck, like in the comic books. Yes, The Amazing Spider-Man 2 is more colorful. I agree with that. Oh, there he is, Stan Lee! And he has the headphones on, and they're fighting behind him. That's actually really fucking awesome. That's great. That's great. I remember in the theater, everybody clapped and laughed at that. That was probably the biggest reaction in the movie, was that Stan Lee cameo. Because it's probably one of the better scenes in the movie. Why is Peter walking around with his mask off in this high school hallway? Are you fucking serious? Are you serious? Okay, now this is stupid. This is unnecessary for him to have his mask off. There could be anybody. Teachers, janitors, cops. Anybody could just be walking around. But you can barely see the Mystery Man's face, so you can change him. I just don't think anybody gives a shit about the Mystery Man, right? Like that. I don't like. You're the first person I've heard bring up who the Mystery Man is. Like, I don't know. It's cool that you're worried about it or that you're thinking about it. I've never heard anybody say, hey, we really need this question answered on who the Mystery Man is. So Peter is following the lizard's trail into the sewers. The Mystery Man was in the sequel. Yes, he talks to... Well, we see him walk through Oscorp, and you see the vulture wings, you see Dr. Octopus's arms, his tentacles, as he's walking by, and then he talks to Harry in the prison. So yeah, we definitely see him again. I think it's just, at least for me, I personally thought the whole Man in the Hat, I thought that character was so dumb that I couldn't care less about it, and I would rather them just forget about it. I'd rather them not talk about it. How the hell Connors get his lab equipment down in the sewer? That's a great question, Shadow Bear. Because Peter just found Lizard's secret lab, and yeah, that's true. He has computers. He has all this equipment working, and it's not even that he just got it in the sewer, but he got it up and running. He somehow has connection to power. If I could do that, hell, I'll move into the sewer and hook my. You know what I mean? Fuck it. Probably not, but you know what I mean. The Ninja Turtles have a pretty cool. Okay, wait, hold on. We have. He's wearing his lab coat. Holy shit, we have a moment where he's wearing the lab coat. It's all ripped up. And he's being shot at, though. He's being shot at by, I guess, cops or SWAT team. And so they shot up the coat, like completely tore it up. And I'm pretty sure he just like rips it off, right? Connors was dirty in the deleted scenes. He was dirty? So he's gassing these SWAT guys. I think this gas is supposed to turn them into lizards, right? It's supposed to turn them all into lizards? Because that was... And then he rips the coat off! He takes the coat off! Why? Again, I know it's dumb. I know some people are probably saying, who gives a shit, who gives a fuck? I give a shit. I give a fuck. Just keep the coat on him. Keep the coat. He was missing with girls with the lizard tongue. Hey, what's up, Connor? Oh, yes. Okay, I know what you're talking about, Ahmed. Yes, I do remember that deleted scene where he stuck his tongue at the girl. Yes. All right. Now I know what you're talking about. He was being a creep. Yeah, that's true. Okay, so Gwen is working on an antidote, and she's at Oscorp. Spiderman is trying to tell her to leave. You mother Hubbard. I do like that. She hangs up on him, and he's like, you mother Hubbard. So Gwen is getting everybody out of Oscorp. I do like Gwen as far as she's proactive and she's more worried about saving as many people as she can before she leaves. Very selfless. And obviously, they're setting up the character trait of Gwen that she is going to get herself involved even if she's told not to. They're setting up that she's going to do it anyways, which will eventually lead to her death in the second movie, of course. Alright, here's the moment where the SWAT team is shooting at Spider-Man. And, whoa, he just got tased. I love Gwen Stacy. I love Gwen Stacy, too. I love Emma Stone as Gwen Stacy. I'm right there with you. Alright. Spider-Man was tased, and he's out on the ground. Poor Gwen. Yeah, I know. I will admit, as not good as the second movie is, Gwen's death is going to be rough to watch or rewatch. Alright, so I believe they're going to handcuff Spider-Man, which is so stupid. It's so stupid. It was like, let's handcuff a guy who's superhuman. I mean, I know they don't know fully what his powers are, but it just looks very silly to see them handcuff him. So I believe Dennis Leary is about to take his mask off. Yep. And Peter just woke up. He broke the handcuffs. He has his head down, so nobody can see him, I guess. Do I think Gwen will be in No Way Home? No, I don't. Gwen's dead. I know that Doc Ock is dead and they're bringing him back. I know, but I don't. I don't know. I could be wrong. Maybe Emma Stone does show up. Oh, and Dennis Leary just saw that Peter Parker is Spider-Man. I do like this moment. I'm sure to Dennis Leary it's making a lot more sense why Peter was so argumentative with him about Spider-Man. Makes more sense. I do like that Dennis Leary is... He has the gun on him, but he doesn't look as forceful about trying to shoot him. He said hold your fire, and of course the fucking guy still shot at him. Shot his leg. Bloody handprint. So, alright, we just saw Lizard without his lab coat on, by the way. God damn it. I used to be really pissed about him not having a snout. And I still am upset about him not having a snout. But I feel like I would forgive the non-snout a lot more if he was wearing the lab coat. Alright, I'm going to stop. I won't talk about the lab coat again. I don't want to be annoying, but this is a decent horror scene, I guess. This is Gwen hiding from Lizard. Although I don't really care for this piano score. I know they're trying to sound creepy, but it's just very weird. I think somebody mentioned earlier the score and that they don't like the score. I don't really care for the score either. It's not memorable. It's not... This is the Jurassic Park scene. Yeah, that's fair. Why would she need to show up? I think they're asking because technically they could make Emma Stone Spider-Gwen. Right? Technically, she you could see Spider-Gwen and then maybe she takes the mask off and it's Emma Stone. And everybody's like, holy fuck, it's Emma Stone! You know, I don't know. But I don't think it's going to happen. I'd be very surprised if that happened. It'd be very cool, but I think that would be dope. Yep. You're able to do it. That's the point, is that you're able to do it. The Amazing Spider-Man movies got so much love by the years. Did it? Really? People love these movies? Okay. More power to them, I guess. I do like this moment of seeing Spider-Man struggle because of him being shot in the leg. He's struggling to try to get towards Oscorp. I mean, it's different to see Spider-Man this injured and like he's slowed down. Of course, the father, Soul Man himself, is about to help Spider-Man with the construction lifts. I feel like it's their version of the you mess with one of us, you mess with all of us. I feel like it's their version of that. Which, whatever, it's fine, I guess. It's a little convenient that kid's father just so happens to also be a construction guy, that just so happens to be there on the same night, and just so happens to be able to get everybody to have their cranes there. But I like the sentiment. It's a very, hey, New York loves Spider-Man. it's technically the first time in this movie that New York shows their love for Spider-Man, and it gets him to Oscorp a lot sooner. He webs his wound. If we're being honest, though, after he webs his his gunshot wound, that's the last time that they really deal with him being injured. Right? He doesn't show any signs of the injury during the fight with Lizard. So, but whatever. I'm not gonna nitpick. Although people might be saying too late. There he is. There he is. Thank God that crane was there. There he is. Soul Man to the rescue. I remember in an interview, Dennis Leary would be brought back to live action. What? He'd be brought back to life? Okay, that sounds stupid. I mean, maybe if you had, like, the way how he's in The Amazing Spider-Man 2. Does Spider-Man have a healing factor? Yeah, he does. He has at least faster healing than most people. It's just he was very visibly injured, but it's like as soon as he webs it, it's done. It's over. It's gone. But whatever. Again, I'm not nitpicking. It's more of an observation. I'm not attacking the movie too hard for it. It just would have been interesting, or more interesting, to see Spider-Man have to fight a villain while injured. The music was okay. It's fair. I just feel like Spider-Man doesn't really have a cool hero score. How does Webb fit? I agree. I think that's what I'm mostly talking about, is that you see his gunshot wound, and then he webs it, and then he's just okay. You know? And I just think that logic is a little silly. Now, that we had a moment there where Gwen just gave her father the antidote, and she told her father, please make sure that Peter is okay. And her father had a look on his face where he said okay, but it's more of a hindsight that, like, that's the last time she will talk to her father, and the last thing she says to her father is to make sure Peter is okay, right? Before her father dies. So Spider-Man is fighting Lizard on top of Oscorp. This is a decent fight, I guess. I'm not gonna mention what I would rather Lizard wear, but because I said I wouldn't, but you guys know what I'm talking about. It without the certain thing that he should be wearing, he just looks like a dinosaur. He doesn't look like anything. Shadow Bear said it. Shadow Bear can type it, but I won't say it. Lizard just crushed his web shooters. I hate this fight. Once he lost his web shooters, he just crushed his web shooters. And now you have him say, oh, poor Peter Parker, no uncle, no father, you're all alone. He's not alone. How did Captain Stacy get all the way up there so fast? He's fast as hell. And so now they're freezing him somehow. I do like how Captain Stacy is shooting Lizard. He just shot his hands. He didn't know what to do without his web shooters, man. Yeah, I agree with that. I think that's why I like Toby having their organic web shooters. For sure, for sure. That's true. He's not alone. He had Gwen Stacy. Yeah, that's a fair point. Although I don't know how much did Lizard know that he had a girlfriend. If he knew, he probably would have threatened her. My question is, with that interview Dennis Leary did, no, I don't think Dennis Leary will be in No Way Home. No, I like. I don't think No Way Home is long enough to have this many people show up. And he just put the antidote in, right? Yep, there it goes. So Lizard's plan was to turn everybody in New York into lizards. I know that's a typical Lizard plot. I get it. Rosemary Harris is the best Aunt May. I mean, she's the most comic book accurate Aunt May. That's for sure. All right, so you know what else would have made this less awkward? Because Peter just shot the antidote, and now Lizard is turning back into Connors. But because he's not wearing any clothes, he's going to be naked, and they're going to have to like awkwardly shoot around him being naked. Because otherwise it looks weird as fuck. If they had kept pants and a lab coat, all right, I'm sorry I said it. But if they had kept the coat and pants on him, it wouldn't have looked so weird. There are rumors about Robert. Well, yeah, I think I heard people theorize the fact that maybe we'll get a variant Tony Stark, right? Like one that didn't die, but I don't think we'll get that. I think No Way Home has way too much going on. All right, here you have the shot of Connors losing his arm. Like, dude, you were a lizard. Did having an arm really mean that you'd rather be a lizard? Rosemary Harris should be in No Way Home. Wow. So Captain Stacy's about to die right now. I did like Dennis Leary as Captain Stacy. See, this is another reason why I feel like we didn't need the Uncle Ben death. Because we've been there, done that. I think that if we had not done the death of Uncle Ben, we could have had this movie just be about the death of Captain Stacy. And that could have been the big weight on Peter and his fear of Gwen dying after her father's death. He just said, leave Gwen out of it. Promise me that. That's a very fucked up promise. I get it. He's a father first. At the end of the day, he's probably like, I don't give a fuck about your relationship with her. Like, I want my daughter to stay alive. What sucks is that Captain Stacy was right. He knew that Gwen would end up dead if she continued with him, and he was right. Yep. Yep. So in a lot of ways, Peter breaking his promise to Captain Stacy is what killed Gwen. And that's really fucked up to think about. It's really fucked up to think about. It really makes Peter seem selfish. And once again, if I was Peter, I probably would do the same thing. So don't get me wrong, I'm not trying to beat him up here. But in retrospect, when you see the father say, leave her out of it, and he doesn't do it, and that causes her death, it's like, fuck. Especially because Gwen was such a good person, you know? Like, deep down, good person. Wesley Snipes' Blade. What? No, Mahershala Ali is our new Blade. Okay, so the SWAT guys are turning human, even though they didn't do anything as lizards, right? It's not like they were going around causing destruction, or right? They were. It's like fuck. Dr. Connor is taken into custody, so he's in prison. All right, so here you have the moment where I am pretty sure that Aunt May knows that Peter is Spider-Man. Because Peter comes home, he's all beat up, he's scratched up. Aunt May's looking at him. She shook her head a little bit as if she understands. I love that he had the eggs in his backpack to make up for the last time he didn't have the eggs. That was great. And she's hugging him. And she's telling him it's all right. So that's her saying without saying, I get it. I get what you're doing. I understand. It's okay. And I like that. I like that because I know that it's up for debate if Rosemary Harris knew. We can probably guess that she knew by the second movie, but I like that this movie it's a little more, still not 100%, but it's a little more like yeah, Sally Fields knows. Whereas Marissa Tomei fucking finds out, right? Like she finds out and she knows for sure, and she works with Tom Holland. Yes, I think Rosemary Harris knew too. Yeah. It's just it's not as obvious as Sally Fields and as Marissa Tomei. This moment breaks my heart. Gwen Stacy comes to Peter's house and she's saying, "Where the hell have you been? My dad's funeral was today, and you didn't show up. You piece of shit." And it's so sad because at first you think Gwen's gonna be like, "Fuck you, you abandoned me when my father died, and you didn't come to the funeral." You're expecting her to say, "I hate you." Like she's crying here, talking to him. That's what you're expecting. And Peter is trying the approach of like, I'm just not gonna talk to her at all, because maybe that'll be easier than just telling her that I can't talk to you. But I like that Gwen figures out. I like that Gwen figures out that like he made you promise, didn't he? And like she's smarter than that. You know, she doesn't pull the Mary Jane like, Peter, why can't you show up to anything? Why aren't you there for me? Why do you always disappear? I'm not saying that Mary Jane should have known for sure, but I like that Gwen figures out. You know, she's not just like, you're an asshole. Here's the moment right here. She was about to leave, she was about to take off, and she turns around and says, he made you promise. Damn. I think the rain is also making this very sad. And hey, it wouldn't be a Spider-Man movie unless there was a funeral, right? Captain Stacy had a funeral. And Peter doesn't even answer, he just looks at her. And she knows. And the way how she hesitated before she left, she's definitely thinking about that, you know. That promise is yes, it's very heartbreaking, man. It's very heartbreaking. Man. And I will say that this movie did the right thing. Spider-Man 2, um, did Spider-Man 2 not have a funeral? I thought it did. The Amazing Spider-Man isn't a terrible movie. Yeah, I agree. I agree. It's not terrible. You know what it is? I think the Amazing Spider-Man movie gets good once he becomes Spider-Man. I feel like the origin, the death of Uncle Ben, rewatching all of that, I feel like is very pointless and monotonous and just kind of drags. But once you get past that, once he's Spider-Man and once he's dealing with Lizard, the movie gets pretty good. And the Gwen stuff is pretty good. You're a legend. Thanks, Tyron. I'm glad you found my page, dude. Appreciate it. Have I heard the news that they are making a prequel to the movie Training Day, focusing on? No, I did not hear that, and I don't like that. I don't think Training Day needs a prequel at all. Um, the back half of the Amazing Spider-Man is good. I agree. I agree, Gamer Man. That's why I like Flash wearing a Spider-Man shirt, and he's saying he's cool. And I like that he came up to Peter and hugged him. Like, he's being nice to him now. It's like after that moment that they had, he's no longer a dick to Peter. I wish we got more of Flash as that version, even in the second movie. But the second movie, they graduate high school, and so you don't really see. I don't even think he's in the second movie. I don't think. Here you have the moment where don't make promises you can't keep. And he whispers to Gwen, but those are the best kind. And she smiles. Ah, ah. Yeah. I do wish, because I do feel like there's a good movie in here. And I'm not even saying this movie's bad. It's just, I wish that there wasn't so much rehash in this movie. I would have loved to see what this movie would have been like if it was more of him as Spider-Man. I do like Flash in this movie. Me too. Oh, here you have the moment of him swinging, and they do the slow motion shot of him in the air. Now he's swinging through the alley, the clothes hangers and shit. So this is them recreating the iconic Spider-Man swing from the first two movies, right? But except for it's nighttime. And I do like this moment of him, classic Spider-Man pose, legs in the air, and slow motion. Credits. So there you go. That was The Amazing Spider-Man, the reboot, remake, whatever you want to call it. I definitely enjoyed the last half way more. You could probably tell from like the first hour was pretty rough for me. You know, I wasn't really enjoying it the first half, but the last half I was a lot more into it. Obviously had some issues with the lizard, but I think the first hour is whatever. The Peter Gwen relationship is great. Rise Athens, if I'm saying his name right. That's the actor that played Dr. Connors. Train Day prequel will be focused on the character. Yeah, I could not care less about a Train Day prequel. I love Training Day, the movie, but a prequel, couldn't give a fuck less about that. No thank you, because it won't be Denzel. Gwen needs redemption. I mean, Gwen is supposed to die. That's her fate. As sad as that is, as harsh as that is, but Gwen always has to die for Peter to realize, oh, here's a mid credit scene. Dr. Connors is in prison. I can't say I feel too bad for him because he killed a guy and he definitely did some shit he shouldn't have done. A prequel sounds forced. I agree with that. A Training Day prequel is very forced. Not needed. Unnecessary. Oh, here we go. It's the. And how did this guy get into his fucking prison room? Did you tell the boy the truth about his father? And how does this guy know about that? And his hands are shaking.
Leave him alone.
And he just disappeared. What the fuck? Alright, I'm gonna take a shot over that end credit scene being stupid. Because they're clearly trying to hit it hard. That, oh, Peter Parker's parents, they have a hell of a secret. Uh-oh, oh boy. So we're gonna take a shot over how stupid that end credit scene was. Because, yeah. We do find out in the second movie, though, what the answer of his parents were. It's the man in black from Halloween. Yeah, right? Right? He is definitely giving me vibes of the man in black from Halloween 5 and 6. Holy fuck, you're right. I mean, shit, no wonder why I don't like it so much. No wonder why I think it's so stupid. Because it reminds me of The Curse of Thorn. Who should play the character of Alonzo Harris in the prequel? Nobody. The movie should be canceled. That's what I think of that. Peter's parents should be in No Way Home. What? Peter's parents. Yeah, let's just randomly have his parents show up because... whatever. It is interesting, though, that Tobey Maguire never even mentioned his parents. Jenna's back. Hey, Jenna. And Tom Holland has never mentioned his parents. Hell, Tom Holland barely mentions Uncle Ben. So, I feel like the original movie, the Tobey Maguire movies were more about, like, the Uncle Ben stuff, right? And then the Andrew Garfield movies, even though, yes, obviously Uncle Ben's death is there, but it is more about his parents. So, Tom Holland, they've already covered the death of Uncle Ben and his parents so much that Tom Holland just really has, like... That's true, Jenna did miss the whole movie. She did. But, hey, she doesn't care. She does not care. Well, I appreciate you coming back, Jenna. she was like, oh, he's watching this movie? Alright, see ya. I'll come back in like 2 hours. Hopefully it'll be over by then. That's funny. Alright, so. I'm letting the credits play. I don't know how much longer the Amazing Spider-Man video games is. I agree. I agree with that, Shadow Bear. Oh! You fell asleep, Jenna. Okay, that's cool. Well, hey, if you fell asleep while you were watching, at least your view count was still a part of the video. So, all right. Well, we've already been going 2.5 hours. I don't know how much longer I'm gonna go on for. I'll probably cut it after these credits are over. If you guys have any last minute questions, last minute things that you want to talk about, I know we have 2 weeks until No Way Home, so it's very exciting. Watch Resident Evil 5. The movie? Well, I think I only watched the first 3 Resident Evil movies, right? I didn't watch 4, 5, or 6. John David Washington should play young. You mean Denzel Washington's son? No. No, thank you. Just cancel the movie altogether. Let's play some Friday the 13th. I still need to do a I still need to do a. Although I guess I could, huh? The only thing about playing the video game, as you guys know, is that you know, for some reason, my internet connection when playing games, it's unreliable. So that's the main reason why I've been focusing so much on the movie live streams. But yeah. So we have 2 weeks until Spider-Man No Way Home. I have The Amazing Spider-Man 2 to watch. Um, Alonzo Harris should be in No Way Home. You know what? I would rather that than a Training Day prequel. I would rather Alonzo Harris shows up and he comes through a portal. King Kong ain't got shit on me. And Spider-Man's like, what the fuck? And I would rather that than a Training Day prequel. Um, all right, there you go. There's the end of the credits. Columbia Pictures. So yeah, we have 2 weeks left. I want to do Amazing Spider-Man 2 rewatch. Oh yes, and Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. I don't know if I don't get to do Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse before No Way Home. I might have to do that after No Way Home. We'll we'll see. It's either that or I'll have to do uh or maybe yeah shit. Maybe I can do maybe I can do Amazing Spider-Man 2 sooner? Like not wait till next Friday. Maybe I'll do it I'll have to figure it out. I'll have to figure out maybe I'll do Amazing Spider-Man 2 sooner and then I'll do Into the Spider-Verse before No Way Home comes out. Have I watched the 60s live action Spider-Man show? No. The 60s show? Or is that the 70s Japanese show? Is that what you're talking about? I should be in No Way Home. Yeah! Fuck yeah! Can you imagine? A portal opens up and I come out and I'm like, hey guys! And Tom Holland's like, who the fuck are you? And then, like, I don't know, Venom comes over and bites my head off. I mean, hey, I'll take a death. I'll take a death by Venom any day. Have I watched Spectacular Spider-Man? No, I haven't. Review King Spidey cameo. Have you watched Lois and Clark: The New Adventures of Superman? I mean, back in the day, I think I would see episodes here and there on TV, but I never sat down and watched the series. You know, you're the new Cisco for Oh, Cisco Ramon from fucking The Flash. Should I let my hair down and like I'll be his guy in the chair? Well, technically, Spider-Man has Ned for a guy in the chair, but hey, I'll be Peter Parker's Cisco. Hell yeah. Sure. I don't know if I can pull off being as smart as Cisco does, but I like Ned too. I like Ned. He's funny. The moment in Homecoming when he's on the computer during the homecoming dance and the teacher comes up and catches him and she goes, "What are you doing?" and he's like, I'm watching porn. I just because I just was not expecting him to say that. It was the last thing, and I love how him thinking that saying I'm watching porn is better than him saying I'm helping Spider-Man. Like that's hilarious shit right there. But but yeah, guys, I am very excited for Ned is better than Andrew's Harry. I agree with that. I agree with that. But here's a question: do you guys think that Ned will become Hobgoblin? I know that at least the name Ned becomes Hobgoblin in the comic books. I don't see. I mean, so when you guys told me that that actor Jacob Babylon that he lost weight, I did look him up, and yeah, he's definitely lost weight. I didn't notice that until you guys told me that. Um, can you play the old Spider-Man games when you have the chance? Well, the problem is that PS5s don't play old PlayStation games. That's what sucks. Um, you know, but I do have the old PlayStation 1 Spider-Man games. I own them. I would love to be able to play them in live stream. That'd be fun, actually. Especially because I haven't played them in a long ass time. Should they de-age Denzel Washington? I don't want to see a Train Day prequel. I don't want it. Like I don't care what they do because I don't want that movie. I don't want it. I do not want that movie at all. Not at all. No mas. No thank you. All right, guys. Well, I guess we're winding it down. We did our is Gwen in this film better than MJ in the Raimi films? Wow, Ryan, that's a great question. That's a great question. Man, man. Wow. Cuz I really like Kirsten Dunst in general. Um I really like Kirsten Dunst. And so I think I'm a little partial just because I like her. Um, writing wise, though, yeah, Gwen is better than Mary Jane in this movie compared. Yes, I do. I have to say yes. Um, I have to be impartial, and I have to be very straightforward, and I have to admit that yes, Kirsten Dunst is sexy as fuck. Okay, I was reading Brandon Jay's comment. That was not me saying that, although I can't say I completely disagree with that. But I very much had a big crush on Kirsten Dunst growing up. I say growing up. I mean, yeah, I was um, the first movie 2002, so I was about how old was I in 2002? Shit, was I like 12? No, was I no, I was like 13. I was 13. So I was in the right frame of mind. Kirsten, oh, in Jumanji, right? You know what? Her first movie was Interview with a Vampire. She played the little girl as a vampire, and she was a really good actress, even at fucking I don't know how old she was, but you know. So I always found that interesting. All right, so you know what, guys? I will stay on for as long as you guys want to talk to me. Um, everybody was in Interview with the Vampire. All right, guys. As long as you guys have questions and topics and stuff, I will stay on. When it starts to die down, then I'll probably hop off. But it is Friday. Fuck it, why not? Mike, does anybody want my digital copy of Brightburn? Does anybody want Jenna's digital copy of Brightburn? She is asking. I don't care for the movie. I think the movie's fine. It's whatever. But I don't really... I don't care to own it. If somebody else wants her copy, though, nah, I'm good. And Jenna, that's not a slight against you. That's just, I think people don't really care as much about Brightburn. But, the prequel follows a young Alonzo Harris in late April 1992, 2 days before the verdict. So, is the Rodney King situation gonna make Alonzo become a dirty cop? I don't want to see why he becomes a dirty cop. I don't want to see that. I don't. I don't want. I don't care why Alonzo becomes a bad cop. Like, I hate prequels when they try to explain, hey, this is the moment when this character becomes so and so. It's just, how many prequels have worked? Here's a question for you guys. How many prequels have been good? Like, you know what I mean? I would rather a sequel to Freddy vs. Jason. I'm down for that. I would rather a sequel to Freddy vs. Jason as well. Star Wars prequel trilogy? Are you saying that they were good? Hey, okay, gamer man. If that's how you feel, I will not. I won't argue. But I 1 out of 1,000. Yeah, that's probably accurate. Um, Star Wars: Revenge of the Sith was that a good movie though? It's the best one out of the three prequels, but is it a great movie? Okay, Profess the Film Fan says Rogue One. All right, I'll agree with that. That's one. Texas Chainsaw Massacre: The Beginning was good in my opinion. I agree with that. I did like yes, Brennan J. The Star Wars prequels writing was garbage. I agree. Revenge of the Sith is the best out of the three, but I don't think that means it's a good movie. I still think it has a lot of problems, but that's one man's opinion. The one with Darth Maul, the Phantom Menace. Yeah, the only reason why I can't agree with that is because Jar Jar Binks is the most in that movie, and holy fuck, Jar Jar Binks, man! If we ever do a rewatch of the Star Wars prequels, the Phantom Menace is gonna be rough. All because of Jar Jar Binks and how much he will drive me fucking insane. If I took a shot for every bad scene in the Phantom Menace, I will be fucking dead by hour 1. The end of the first hour, I will be dead. You love Jar Jar? God damn it. Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom is considered a prequel. That's true. That's true. He's the Goofy of Star Wars. Yeah, but is that a good thing? Do we want a character who is the Goofy of Star Wars? Does a franchise need somebody who's the Goofy of that franchise? Hey, again, what do I know? Oh, Star Wars marathon, all 11 movies. Fuck, I don't know if I could survive a Star Wars marathon, but hey, if I wanted to test myself, maybe I would do like the three prequels in one night, but I don't know. Man, that'd be rough. Fuck, that would be rough. Especially if I do shots for like every time something dumb happens, I would be dead by before I even finish Phantom Menace. I'd be dead before I even get to the opening crawl of Attack of the Clones. And Attack of the Clones is terrible. Attack of the Clones is even worse, in my opinion, than Phantom Menace. Because Attack of the Clones, you have to sit there and watch Hayden Christensen and Natalie Portman pretend to fall in love with each other. Brutal. I'm glad they did Luke and Leia when they came back, though. Who is better, Gangster Alonzo or Tony Montana? I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know. I'm too tipsy for have a game named Bad Sequel. Iron Man 2, Indiana Jones. I like the third act of Attack of the Clones. The third act, when they're in the Coliseum, there are so many stories to tell without doing prequels. I agree. You have a strange obsession with Training Day. Yeah, I agree. I'm kind of. I think I'm getting sick of all these Training Day questions. I'm not gonna lie. I just fuck. Sorry, Tyler. I appreciate your enthusiasm, but I just don't have much. I don't have much opinions on these Training Day questions. Were you a fan of West Side Story back in the day? I don't know if I ever saw West Side Story, the original. If I did, I don't remember it. So I can't say no. I can't say I'm a fan, and I don't care about the new one that's coming out. I don't care to see it. The part in Attack of the Clones with all the Jedi's. Yeah, I think the CGI in Attack of the Clones really takes me out of it. It just all looks fake to me. It all just looks like a video game, and it's hard for me to get into it. Um, I don't know. I think I have more fun watching Yoda bounce around with the lightsaber as he's fighting Count Dooku. That's probably the best part of Attack of the Clones. Also, the fight between Jango Fett and Obi-Wan is pretty cool in Attack of the Clones. But other than that, I mean, what the fuck else is there good about Attack of the Clones? It is brutal to watch Natalie Portman and Hayden Christensen have those dialogue scenes where they talk to each other and they're pretending to be in love or fall in love, and Anakin is telling these poems of fuck, the scene with the Jedi children. Oh, you're talking about Revenge of the Sith, where Anakin kills all the younglings. Yes, yes. I actually like that scene. Master Anakin? What's wrong, Master Anakin? And then he just turns on the lightsaber, so you know he just cuts all their heads off. The good thing about Attack of the Clones is that it ended. I agree with that, Jenna. The best part of Attack of the Clones is the end credits, because then you know it's over. Although, I'm not gonna lie, I might rather rewatch Attack of the Clones than The Last Jedi. Which I know sounds fucking bizarre because The Last Jedi is clearly a better movie or a better made movie, a better written movie, but I think I have more fun watching Attack of the Clones because of how bad I think it is versus The Last Jedi. I get more frustrated and I get more annoyed and I get more upset over what they did with Luke, over what they do with Rey and her whole my parents are nobody backstory and the whole Finn is gonna run away and have that stupid bullshit with Rose. I mean, the Last Jedi is so frustrating to watch. I'm sorry if people are fans of that movie. I'm sorry. Rose died. Rose died. Wait, no. Rose is in Rise of Skywalker, isn't she? Rose didn't die. What are you talking about? I know I'm tipsy, but I'm not that drunk. Rose didn't die. Yeah, right? Rose didn't die. What the hell? What? Can you do a voice impression of Alonzo? Dude, Tyler, no more. No more Alonzo. Please, no more. No more. No mas. Please. Please, God. Enough with the Alonzo. Holy shit. I find it BS that Finn didn't become a Jedi. I agree with you, dude. The chase scene at the beginning of Attack of the Clones was fun. The chase scene at the beginning of you mean when Obi-Wan and Anakin chase the bounty hunter? I just don't like how fake the city looks. The city looks so fake to me, but okay. I won't hate. Maybe Finn is the son of Master Windu. You mean Mace Windu? Okay. So, I'm not I'm not saying you, Brandon, but I don't like that just because Finn is black, that means he has to be the son of like Sam Jackson. like I I don't want him to be the son of somebody. You know what I mean? Like I don't want that. And I'm pretty sure they said that Finn came from a village and he was stolen by the stormtroopers. So I don't think he's related to I understand Finn supposedly was force sensitive. So maybe that's why you're saying that. I get it. It's just there has to be other black Jedi's or he doesn't even have to have a black or he doesn't even have to have a father that was force sensitive. He could have two parents that were normal and then he just develops the force, right? So I don't think he has to be related to Mace Windu, or I remember some people thought that maybe his father would be fucking Billy D. Williams. Uh, I remember when I saw Rise of Skywalker in theaters when Kylo. Oh yeah, I tried to rewatch Rise of Skywalker a few months ago, and I had to shut it off because I just not that it's a bad movie. I just didn't care. I didn't care. I was just kind of disinterested. Oh, when Kylo kissed Rey, people. Oh yeah. I didn't like that moment either. I thought that moment was lame as fuck. Kylo turning good was such a bad, wrong decision. To quote Lex Luthor from Superman Returns, wrong! Would not have done that. You ever played Lego Star Wars: The Complete Saga? No, I haven't. I have not. No. I've seen it though. I'm not really a big Lego video game person. Like I tried to play the Lego Batman game, and I don't know. I got a headache. Like for some reason I got like a headache playing it. I something about the Lego thing that doesn't really just doesn't really vibe with me. Harry Potter Lego series is the best. I know they have a Lego Jurassic Park. I have a nephew that played that. I watched him play it, and you know, yes, I have a sister. I have an older sister. Is that surprising? How'd you how'd you know it was a sister? It could have been a brother, but yes, I have a sister. Um, which Lego Batman was it? Honestly, I don't know. I did a one, two, or three. Fuck. I don't know which one. Um, I had PlayStation Now. I had PlayStation. You hear wrestling? Yes, I put SmackDown on because I DVR'd SmackDown. You guys can hear that? Really? Was Superman in it? No, Superman wasn't in it. Um, I figured if I'm gonna keep talking to you guys during the live stream, I might as well have something on the TV in the in the background. Uh, oh yeah, you can hear it. All right, should I turn it down? My bad. I didn't realize it was that loud. Shit. Fuck. You're going to the Royal Rumble? Fucking A, man. I've never been to a Royal Rumble live, so I am pretty jealous. I'm pretty jealous. I've been to about like 5 WrestleManias. I've been to a Survivor Series. I've been to a TLC. I've been to a Hell in a Cell. Um, I've been to Money in the Bank. I was gonna go to fucking SummerSlam. What's my favorite wrestling event? I mean, I guess WrestleMania, just because it's as big as it is. But I really love the Royal Rumble match. I love that match like format. Aside from WrestleMania, okay, then Royal Rumble. So that's why Royal Rumble. There hasn't been a Royal Rumble close to my area in a long time. But that's the next big one I want to go to. Yeah, Money in the Bank, being there live for Money in the Bank was pretty fun. Um, oh, when the new wrestling game comes out, I gotta be honest, I'm a little worried about the new wrestling game, because it was supposed to come out in October, and then it got delayed to March. But I feel like it got delayed because they've released so many fucking wrestlers that it's like, how can you release the game when like half of the fucking roster doesn't even work there anymore? So I don't know. $100 version, baby. We can play online. I'm worried too, but it got delayed there. Did you not like Lego characters grunting and not talking? Yeah, I didn't care for that either. I just don't think I'm into the Lego ones. Over 80 superstars released. Well, there you go. See? There you go. That's a lot. Shit, that's a lot. Um, and then the last game that they did, they had to skip 2K21 because 2K20 was so bad. I bought 2K20 and it's not great. There's a lot of issues, there's a lot of bugs with it, you know? I was pretty disappointed by that game. And these games aren't cheap. These games are $60 plus dollars. They're asking us to pay that level of money. It's terrible. Yeah, I'm mad too, dude. I was pissed. I was pissed they released The Fiend. I'm still upset. What happens when Roman Reigns leaves for Hollywood? Well, I don't know, dude. I don't know. Do we think Roman Reigns has a future in Hollywood? And like before you say no, let's remember that like John Cena's doing pretty well out there. Batista's doing pretty well out there. The Rock obviously is the biggest fucking movie star right now. So before we say no, who knows? Roman might be able to have a career. I'm not convinced he'll be like them either, but we never know. All it takes is the right movie to blow him up, right? Like John Cena was so fucking good in the Suicide Squad. Like that might be the best I've ever seen him in a movie. And so all you need is for Roman to be in a movie where he gets to do something, you know. Well, Sasha Banks just beat Shayna Baszler. I love the Miz and Edge segment. It was all right. I mean, it felt like they were just copying MJF and CM Punk, but whatever. And obviously, the CM Punk MJF one was 1,000 times better, but I guess we don't have to compare. 2020 was awful. My friends and I will be playing, and it would send us into. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, yeah. 2K20 just. It was rough. It was rough. So disappointing. I don't think that would happen in the new game. There is no. I mean, dude, I don't know. I don't know. I think the fact that they're gonna have to take out so many wrestlers, probably, and the fact that they're gonna have to, like, that might cause glitching. That might cause issues because they have to take stuff out. And I mean, it's just, I don't know. I don't know. Hopefully not, but oh god, I bet some superstars will be in it still. I don't know. Maybe, but like at this point, what am I watching right now, Jenna? I am watching SmackDown from earlier tonight. I had it DVR'd, so I decided to put something on while I continue the stream. And actually, right now, Happy Corbin is coming out, and I might fast forward because I am so disinterested in Happy Corbin. I usually, almost always, fast forward Baron Corbin segments or matches. Make Chris Benoit a legal superstar? Oh, no. Come on. That's not funny. Favorite current wrestler? AJ Styles. Which sucks because he hasn't been doing jack shit on the show. He's like, it sucks. You know what I mean? Like I said, AJ Styles because I just feel like athletically he's one of the best, but as far as his status on the show and like when was the last storyline he had that was good? Um, Almost is the best. Oh boy. Do I have any Telltale games? Yes, Jenna. I have the Walking Dead Telltale games, and I have the two Batman Telltale games. That would be cool. You know what? One of these days, I'm gonna live stream the Batman Telltale games. That would be fun as fuck. I would love to replay the Batman Telltale games. I hope that. Well, I don't really know what's going on with Telltale right now. I know that they ended, and but then I thought somebody bought them to bring them back. Um, if Telltale is still around, I want a third Batman game. Please, please give me a third Telltale Batman game. I might need to get another drink, guys. Ah. Um, so what do you guys think? Should we call it a night? Is that it? Are we all done? Um, and AJ Walking Dead spinoff. Uh, you mean like for a show or a game? Because I don't know if I don't care to watch any of the Walking Dead spinoff shows. If I'm being honest, I tried watching Fear the Walking Dead, and like it's fine. It was fine, but I don't. I didn't keep watching it, and I didn't care to even attempt to watch the. What's the third Walking Dead show? Uh, Fuck, I don't even know. But whatever it is, I didn't even give it a chance because I'm already watching the main show. Who is the shaman for MSK on NXT? Yeah, I gotta be honest. I don't pay that much attention to NXT anymore. This NXT 2.0 has kind of sort of sucked in my opinion. Um, like I occasionally check in here and there. I might check out the War Games show, but I don't really care about a lot of the wrestlers on NXT 2.0 anymore. So whoever the shaman is, I don't give a fuck. Uh, AJ spinoff from Okay, yeah, I'll take that. Mandy Rose is champ. Mandy Rose is hot. I'll give her that. Mandy Rose is hot as fuck, but is she a good wrestler? No, but she's hot. So apparently that's all that matters to Vince, anyways. An AJ spinoff game. I see. So an AJ So AJ like a little older. Yeah, I guess I would play it. I don't necessarily need it though. I feel like the way how those games ended, pretty satisfied with it. Pop in another Moi. What? Oh, pop in another movie. Oh, I don't know if I'm gonna go that much longer to watch a whole nother movie. Um, the Amazing Spider. No, I gotta save the Amazing Spider-Man 2. I'm not ready for that. I'm too I'm too tipsy right now. uh, but it'll be coming sooner rather than later. All right, fine. How about this? How about this? How many people in the chat right now? How many people in the chat right now want me to pop in Amazing Spider-Man 2? I'll take a little head count for people who comment. Or should I save it for another day? Jenna says yes. Tywin says yes. Shadow says yes. Brandon says no. I should do that tomorrow. He makes a fair point. Maybe I should wait till tomorrow. Am I sure I want to do that to myself? Yeah. Maybe it's too much for one night. Maybe I'll wait till tomorrow. Or I mean, whatever day. I don't know. Tomorrow is better. All right, Jenna's saying tomorrow is better. What do you guys say about tomorrow? We don't want to be watching you sleep. Yeah, I know, right? I don't know if I'm gonna be able to last another 2+ hours. Amazing Spider-Man 2 is longer than the first movie, right? All right, Gamer Man saying tomorrow. Tywin saying he's down for tomorrow. All right. Maybe I'll wait till tomorrow then. It gives us something to look forward to, right? You know, we don't. Hey, Ryan, you're back. What time is it where I am? Right now, it's 11:21. Just don't leave, damn it. Well, right now I'm looking at Tony Storm. If any of you guys follow current wrestling, Tony Storm, she just got pied last week by Charlotte Flair. Man, that was fucking atrocious. But Alaska at 7:22. Wow. Brandon J, I like Shotzi better. I like Shotzi in NXT, but on the main roster, they already turned her heel. They already got rid of her tank. Um, And when was the last time she was on the show? Fucking Survivor Series? She's probably going to be MIA for God knows how long. Shotzi is basically Lita. No, Lita is way. Don't compare Shotzi to Lita. No, no, no. No, no. Lita was her own. You can't compare anybody to Lita. And Lita was popular as fuck. Shotzi does not get the crowd reactions that Lita got back in the day. That's for sure. In the 2000s, Trish was my favorite. Yeah, yeah, I'm not going to lie. Trish was my favorite as well. It was mostly because of how hot Trish was, though, right? Lita goes to the beach at my hometown and said, wow, well, fucking A, man, lucky you. You know? I used to have a big crush on Lita back in the day. Um, you have no idea how much it disappointed me when she cheated on Matt Hardy. Dude, that broke my heart. Oh, oh. Yeah, right? What beach is that? Thoughts on cliffhanger ending of The Flash? Okay, yeah, I guess we can talk about The Flash for a little bit. I was in love with Trish Stratus back in the day. Me too. Me too. Trish, don't get me wrong. Trish Stratus is very attractive still today, but back then, if you're talking about uh 2000, 2001 era of Trish, 2002, like fucking 2003, whatever one of those years, Trish was the hottest woman that's ever existed back in those years. Cliffhanger of the Flash was Reverse Flash in the future was marrying Iris West, right? That was the cliffhanger. Um, you know what? I think that saved it. Because I will say that I was not really digging this whole Armageddon plot. This whole uh, villain or whatever the hell he is, the guy who claims that Barry's going to turn evil and he was sort of watching Barry. Yeah, I agree that the Flash show should probably end at this point. But I will say that finding out that Reverse Flash is behind it was was a good twist. I was happy to see that because Reverse Flash is the best villain that Flash has had, so you can't go wrong there. Uh, it's just I don't know if that happens. If Reverse why would why would Iris West marry Reverse Flash though? Like I'm still trying to figure that out. Like why was she with him? They haven't explained that. Why did everybody hate Barry when he showed up there? I guess we'll find that shit out, but I think it's a Spider-Man twist. Season 1 and 2 of The Flash is the best. I agree, Shadow Bear. Yes. Season 1 and 2 best seasons of all the shows. That's a fair point. Yeah, if you think about it, season 1 and 2 of Arrow were the best. Season 1 and 2 of Flash was the best. Um, Although I will say that season 1 and 2 of Legends of Tomorrow, I don't think that's their best shows. I think Legends of Tomorrow got better in the more recent years. The last half, the last few seasons have been their better ones. Uh, I didn't like season 1 of Legends. I didn't like what was the guy? What was the guy's name who brought the Legends together in the first season? What was the bloodiest match in WWE that was your favorite? The bloodiest match? It's either the Undertaker Shawn Michaels first ever Hell in a Cell match. Shawn was fucking covered in blood, or um, or the Triple H Cactus Jack street fight from the Royal Rumble 2000. Triple H was fucking covered in blood. He had a piece of wood in his leg that stabbed him. Cactus Jack got pedigreed into the thumbtacks. Judgment Day 2005, was that John Cena and JBL? Yeah, I remember that. The Flash season 1, and yeah, season 1 of The Flash is The Flash's best season. Season 2 was also good, but season 1 was like fuck. You know, the whole stuff with his mom and like the finale. I cried in the finale of season 1's Flash. Legit, like it got me, you know? I can't believe how emotionally invested I was in that season 1 finale to now where I just don't really care about anything going on. Um, but yeah, I love that video of Kevin Smith crying when he's watching the finale to Flash because I share complete his exact thoughts. In fact, I almost want to go back and rewatch Arrow season 1 and 2, Flash season 1 and 2, to see if they hold up as much. To see if I watch them and I'm like, yeah, those are still as fucking good as they were. Grant Gustin looks older now. Well, it's been 8 years. 8 years is a long time. Do you like Cena's rap album, You Can't See Me? You know what's funny? I bought his rap album, and I do like his rap album. I'm not saying it's like amazing or the best rap album ever, but I think it has some pretty cool songs on there. You know, and I think some of those songs still hold up. With the hiatus, do you think they can ever bring back Arrow? No. Oliver Queen's dead. I feel like they ended that show in a way where you can't. Legends season 3 is the best. Maybe I just don't remember what season 3 was about. Oh, Rip Hunter. Yes, that was the character from season 1's Legends. Somebody wrote that in the comments. Rip Hunter. Yes, thank you. Whoever wrote that, thank you. Bishop could clone Oliver like he did to Sarah. I guess, but it's pretty silly and convoluted, and it's just like Shadow Bear. Thank you for the Rip Hunter comment. How do you feel about the Superman actor in the Arrowverse? Um, Tyler Hoechlin. He's fine. He's good. Um, Whenever I see him as Superman, I do get upset that Henry Cavill is not still doing Superman stuff. I still need to finish Superman and Lois. I am severely slacking on that show. I only saw the first episode. First episode was great though. I'm very behind. John Cena is a decent rapper. He is. He is. He's not bad. He's not terrible. You would expect him to be a lot worse. Bring back Brandon Routh. I would love a Brandon Routh HBO Max 8 episode something, where Brandon Routh got to like have a Superman story. Just do something as Superman. The sequel that he never got. The Rock is the greatest rapper alive. I didn't hear that new song that he did, right? Didn't he do a song with somebody, The Rock? I didn't watch it, um, but I saw it floating around the internet. Was it good? Was he good? The Rock, The Rock becoming a rapper. Can you imagine that? Bad Bad Man was my favorite song on Cena's album. Bad Bad Man. I'm trying to remember that song. Shout out to Mike. I'm drunk as fuck. Yeah, I'm pretty tipsy too, man. I might be ending the stream soon because I'm feeling it. I'm feeling it. I'm feeling it. He performed it live on SmackDown. Did he? Huh. Okay. Oh, Bad Bad Man. Wasn't that the one that was supposed to be like the A team? Better. Nah, being drunk is great. We need to play more games. Legend Season 3 is the one where Wally joined. Oh. Wow, that was Season 3? Wow. Okay, so I do remember that song. Yeah, alright. Bebo. Game Twitch stream during the day. Oh, I see. Yeah, I might end up doing that. I might end up using my Twitch for the games. I mean, it makes sense. That's what Twitch is there for. I just need to figure out my connection. I need to make sure that my connection for Twitch won't crap out on me. Um, but that does make the most sense for sure. Twitch is better than YouTube. It's why YouTube sucks for streaming, does it? right, guys. Well, it looks like the questions are winding down. So I should probably end it before everybody gets bored and leaves. What do they say? Always leave them wanting more, right? So hopefully you guys enjoyed at least the Spider-Man portion of the stream. I feel like that was probably the most interactive. Uh, nobody's bored. Um, so maybe we'll be back tomorrow. I am planning on doing like I've been recording some. We need a The Rock rap live reaction from you. A Rock live. Oh, like a reaction to The Rock's rap. I mean, can I get away with that without copyright? I don't even know. Shit. I get nervous about music. You need to get Hulu. I've never had Hulu. Uh, but I am planning on having videos of like top 5 best horror movies of 2021. Worst horror movies of 2021. I'm doing a lot of best of, worst of 2021 stuff. That's coming out very soon, like within the next couple weeks. Obviously, you guys know about the Spider-Man content that's coming out. I may or may not be doing a Spider-Man No Way Home spoiler live stream. If people are interested in that, maybe I can do that. So I hope you guys enjoyed this, and I will be back. Thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. Later.